All right, let's see if I'm on here. All right, let's see if I'm on here. Am I on here? Oh, I am on. Okay, sorry about that. Didn't realize I was on. This is Greg, K6EGG. We're going to do a little D-Star tonight, as well as check into the BozoNet here shortly. I just got a text from Fred, K6OS, that somebody was on from Korea on D-Star right now. So we're going to get to some radio here right away and see if... I should have checked this. Sorry for the chair there.
This is Hotel Lima 2 India Papa Bravo.
Oh, you're a little fast to me. I'm 74 years old. Slow down a little bit. Slow down when you're calling your name. Over.
Roger. Kilo November 6, Oscar Sugar. This is Hotel Lima 2 India Papa Bravo. Hotel Lima 2 India Papa Bravo, QSL.
QSL. This is Kilo November 6 Oscar Sierra. I say again slowly. Kilo November 6 Oscar Sierra. Fred, Foxtrot, Romeo, Cordell. I didn't get your name. I'd like to have your name. Over.
Roger, Kilo November 6 Oscar Sugar. This is Hotel Lima 2 India Papa Bravo returning. My handle is Kim, Kilowatt India Michael. Kim is my handle. And QTH is Seoul, Korea. Seoul is capital city of South Korea. Your audio is loud and clear. It's very beautiful. Local time is 10 and 17 o'clock. Monday is AM time. Kilo November 6 Oscar Sugar. This is Hotel Lima 2 India Papa Bravo. Michael, back to you.
Real good. I have another guy. He's over there in Chino, California, and he wants to talk to you. Let me see if he's in there. K6EGG. Craig, are you on frequency?
Yes, I am, Fred. Thank you, Fred KN6OS. This is Greg K6EGG for HL2IPB. I'm out here in the city of Chino. I'm also on YouTube. You can hear yourself come back through your radio or through my YouTube stream right now. If you type in my call letters, Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. And you can see the live stream right now and be part of our little show here that we put on every night here. I see you calling, Fred. Nice to make contact with you, sir.
France is frequency cycle is 483,5000 megahertz is connected is my cycle. Over.
Okay, real good over there in Korea. I have the other station.
I completely keyed over.
Now, I made a phone call. He wants to talk to you. So KI2 India Papa Bravo, Kim over there in Korea. I'm going to sign out with you. Another station wants to contact you here in California. His call is K6EGG, Kilo 6 Echo Golf. His name is Craig. So he's going to come and key in after I key. So hold on there, Korea. After I key, Greg's going to call you. 73, selling on. KS6 West clear.
Roger, KN6 Oscar Sugar. Excuse me, could you tell me your handle over?
My handle is Fred. Foxtrot, Romeo, Echo, Delta. I say again, Foxtrot, Romeo, Echo, Delta, Fred. Fred. I'll be clear on your final. Another station here, stand by. Another station in California would like to contact you. 70 freeze, K6 was clear.
Roger, Fred. Thank you very much. I copy your handle is Fred. And today QSO, I'm very happy. Have a nice weekend, and I want next time QSO soon. Take care, stay safe. Kilo November 6, Oscar Sugar. This is HR Type PB 73. Bye-bye from Seoul, Korea.
HU2IPB for Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. HU2IPB for Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. Do you have a copy?
K6EGG. It's weird because he responded to you, but for some reason you didn't hear it. Try again.
Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. This is HR Try TV. Driver, nice to meet you. People, just a moment ago, you ordered a BX on this Echo. But I cannot copy. I live in near the Seoul. Seoul is capital city of South Korea, and the town name is Goyang City. And the handle is Kim, Kilowatt India. Mike Kim is my handle. Today is a holiday, so I have enough time. I'm main station contact 2 times. Have 2 times. Local time is 10 or 23 o'clock. So Monday is AM time. Outside is very beautiful sunny days, sunshine days, and the last of summer season. After half a month after our country season of this autumn season. Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. This is HR2IPB. Try a mic back to you.
Excellent, Kim. It's great to make contact with you, sir. It is just about 6:30 p.m. here local. My name is Greg, and I'm about 40 miles east of Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, which is about 80 or so kilometers. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California. A little muggy, though, but it's normal for this time of year. And we're just looking forward to going back to work tomorrow. I appreciate you making contact. And if you're interested to see how you sound from my station, you can go to YouTube, type in my call letters, Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf, Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf into YouTube, and there'll be a live stream of this conversation and other QSOLs. I appreciate you getting back to me, and you have a wonderful early or late morning there in Korea. 73rds.
Roger, Kilo 6 Echo Golf. This is HR2IPB. Thank you. Today, morning time, your country's PM time contact. Yes, I'm very happy, and today is a lucky day. I want to next time QS so soon. Have a nice weekend, and take care. Say, Kilo 6 Echo Purple. This is CGR Toy TV 73. Bye bye.
I don't know if anybody else wants to pick it up. It's not too often that somebody from Korea is in. Hopefully somebody else will be in here and jump in and say hi to Kim. It'll be great. This is come on here. I'm having some issues with my computer. This is him right here.
QRZ. This is Hotel Lima 2 India Papa Bravo. Hotel Lima 2 India Papa Bravo. HR Flight PBs. South Korea. Monitoring.
Yeah, he's a little ways away. 5,986 miles away, obviously, through the internet. But it's always good to make contact with an international person there. Hoping somebody else jumps in here. Surprised nobody else is jumping in there.
Link 2, reflector 12, module A.
I should put a windscreen on this thing. You can hear the ceiling fan above me. Nobody else is going to make contact with this poor guy.
Now I got my audio better. K6EGG, K6. How'd you like your contact there?
I just double hit the button there.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I appreciate you calling me. That's my first contact from South Korea there. I don't think I've ever heard anybody on this one from there. So that's pretty cool. It's nice to hear that they're listening out there. I was hoping that more people would make contact with them.
Bill made contact with him. You talked to him. He's got that 2-meter sideband. He just put up his LMR 600 today, and he's very happy with that. That's working out real good. So when that contact came in here, I remember I was telling you about Korea coming here once in a while. So that's why I had to phone you. I had to get you on the air because I told you all these stations I hear all the time. You got to be at the right place at the right time, Greg. But they are there. Anyway, I'm going to sign out here again. Maybe some Korea will come back again, or some other stations out there. Anyway, I had to make your day. KN6OS.
That definitely made my day. I really appreciate it, man. I blew off going to get some ice cream. I was going to talk my wife into it. So, yeah, very cool stuff, man. I'm looking forward to making a lot of new contacts here, and I hope some people jump in here and maybe learn a little bit also. I know Bill and yourself and Gabe have been really, really helpful for me. So it's going to be my new toy for a little bit now. But I'm definitely going to be back on sideband here in a little bit. Spacing out the bosonets in about 30 minutes or so. Anyways, I'm going to take a listen here, see if anybody else is out there. This is Greg, K6EGG, City of Chino.
Doesn't sound like anybody else is out here. So what happened was I was on my way home from dinner. I was thinking about grabbing some ice cream at the grocery store. Fred gave me a ring, or I text him, or he texted me. Let me know that somebody was in from Korea on D-Star. So it was nice of him to let me know and make that contact. That was my first international contact on D-Star. Hoping for many more. Slowly learning about this a little bit.
Anyway, Greg, just to update you, in Korea, it's 10:30 in the morning over there right now.
And it's tomorrow, and I think he said he's enjoying his day off because he's on a holiday, which is awesome for him.
Well, he also said, you're going to have a beautiful day. And I said, how'd you know that? He said, well, we're looking at it right now.
As long as you're not in Afghanistan. That's a bad joke.
Yeah, this is pretty cool stuff. I wonder how often people pop in and out of here. Maybe they heard you guys talking when they're going through reflectors or something, so that worked out pretty good. I'll have to keep monitoring this.
No, when he popped in there, nobody was talking. He just yelled CQ, and Bill over there, you talked to before, I forget his call, N6NUT or something like that, and one in Reslin. And he just put LMR 600 for his radio there, and he got it, and we made some radio checks this morning. He's very happy with it. He answered the CQ on his walkie-talkie.
It's really cool stuff. Now I want to get a 5100 for the car now. This might have sold me on it. So maybe when I get back from my work trip in October, that will be one of my first purchases.
Yeah, so what you can do is all those frequencies you learned today, you can hit, they're all tied together. You program them in your radio, right? You put the radio in the scan as you're driving around, and always will pick up the loudest one, so boom, then you're in the system. So that's what's nice about having the ones in Malibu, this and that, what you got experience on already, and you program all your radios, so when you put it in a scan, drive around, and you key up, you always will be in the system. Anyway, I'm going to back out here. Any stations out there, DX or anywhere around the world, please break in. We're listening for you down here, Kilo November 6 Oscar Sierra, Delta Mike 03XU, 3 miles east of Knott's Berry Farm at Disneyland, California. We invite everybody to come in. I'm getting out of here now. KS6 West clear.
Ray, if you're listening, go ahead and jump in, pal.
N3, EPA, Mobile, Scottsdale.
Welcome aboard, Ray. Go give that Korean station a call. See if he's still listening. HL2IPB. His name's Kim. Maybe he's still listening.
I didn't get his call sign there. 1 second. Let me write that down there.
I also put it in the chat, Ray. It's great to hear you. Glad you made it to Scottsdale safely. It's HL2PB. Correction, HL2IPB.
And anybody new to the
I got it. Thanks, Greg. HL2IPB.
anybody new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now. We're just messing around with some D-Star on Reflector 12A from Southern California right now. We'll be moving to sideband in a little while. Right now, Ray here is trying to contact Kim out in South Korea. His call sign's HL2IPB. He was on a Reflector a few minutes ago from South Korea once again. So,
No contact. I'll send it back over to you guys there. I'll be listening. N3 EPA, Mobile Scottsdale.
unfortunately, he was not took off. I was hoping he would make some more contacts on here before he left.
Ray, what time you expected into Southern California tomorrow?
I'll be there probably 5, 6 p.m., somewhere in that area. I got one more delivery here in Mesa, and then I'll pick up some cabinets that got left in the wrong spot in Palm Desert, and then I'll be going to Logistics, or La Mirada, and I'll be parking there for the night.
Perfect. If you're going to be in La Mirada tomorrow, listen to 5-2. I'll be in Anaheim, not too far away from there. I could probably hear you on my way home tomorrow night. That should be around 7:30 p.m., hopefully.
I'll have it on probably when I hit the state line. So I'll be monitoring at least the 44 250 there. But with the D-Star, I have a hard time keeping the repeaters in, and I also don't want to tie them up like what I've been listening. So I've been trying to keep that limited a little bit there. So back to you there, Greg. K6EGG N3 EPA Mobile.
Copy. I just let you know I have no way to talk on mobile sideband, so the only way I'll be able to talk to you on my way home will be on 5.2. But if you're listening to 44, maybe I can call one of the guys and have them move down to or move up to the call frequency. But yeah, try. I'll give you a ring or give you a call on the way home on 5.2 if you happen to be listening there tomorrow. It's great making contact with you. Enjoy your hot Sunday after or evening now over in Scottsdale. K6EGG, clearing your final.
I'll definitely have it on FM Simplex and listening as I come in there. So that's not a problem. This radio works pretty good on both. So yeah, I'll definitely be listening for you, and I'll let you guys have it back there. I don't want to tie this frequency or this repeater up too much here. It was pretty quiet most of the day, but yeah, just don't want to tie it up. So you guys have a good night. I'll be listening. N3 EPA 730, Greg.
I think it's going to get quiet on D-Star now. So I'm going to move over to 2 meter sideband and see if anybody's out there. It's dinner time, so maybe nobody's on. But it was definitely great making contact with Ray. He's on his way in.
N3 EPA, N3
maybe he'll stay here for a minute.
Anyway, good. You're getting in the system. Your radio sounds real good. Now that you've been playing around with this radio 1 or 2 weeks and getting more used to it, I think you're really...
He's running a 9700 for a mobile, by the way.
I think you're just having so much fun you can't stand it. Anyway, Ray, you're sounding real good out here. And when you get closer, we talk to you tomorrow on 2 meter sideband. I want you to let me update me. How do you get in all these things? You find a repeater. How's it work in the mobile? Because I'm going to start going mobile in my car across the United States. So I want to know how to do that. You listen for a repeater on D-Star, and you have to change the reflector. So you got to let me know how that all works there. Update me there, Ray. KN6OS. I guess I lost me, got in a bad spot. Anyway, hey, that's pretty good, Greg. I bet he's having a ball in there truck. I remember when I used to drive a diesel truck going around and everything, and now this is a whole different dimension mobile going around, so he's having a lot of fun. Anyway, 73's glad to help you out there, Greg. Every time I hear another contact out there out of the United States, I'll text you right away so I don't want you to miss out on all the fun. K6EGG.
Copy that, Fred. And at the end of the message, when it unlinked, and I wouldn't say unlinked, but unkeyed, I saw something that said something about Tucson on there. Well, I don't know. Watch your screen there.
Yeah, I seen it too. Hold on there, Greg. Hold on. Is there a station out there in Tucson? Go ahead and break on in. This is K6OS, 3 miles west of Knott's Berry Farm, California, 9 miles away from Disneyland, California. The station in Tucson or Mobile, come in there, break. Hey, anyway, what happens sometimes, Greg, it might be a mobile or guy on base, and he bumped his microphone. You just touch it, boom, it puts your call out there. I thought I'd let you know that, Greg. Even though you don't say anything, you just touch it for a second, it'll happen. So that happened to me too before. It happens.
I just popped up again there. N7 something or other.
Yeah, that was K7RST there, Greg. What ends up happening, what you're going to find on D-Star, let me see if I got it. So, the deal is this. Since D-Star transmits call signs digitally, some people take advantage of that, and other people don't. I don't know. I say the crowd is split about 50-50. So some people who, for whatever reason, I don't know why, they don't want to, when they tee up because they want to make a conversation, they don't say anything though, since the digital call sign counts as station identification. They just key up sometimes. Some people just key up and they don't want to announce themselves with their voice to say, hey, I'm here, let's have a conversation. They just use the key up. And then other times, people are, they just got their new D-Star radio, they're playing around, or maybe they've had it for a long time, I don't know. But whatever, they still will use the key up just to test their rig, and then part of the time, some people think that they want to talk, and when they really didn't want to talk, they were just keying up to test the radio. So you see about 50-50 that way, where you don't know whether they're keying up just because they're testing the radio or they actually want to talk.
So it's kind of like the guy that keeps on fumbling around and tries to key up repeaters, every repeater in his memory bank there, kind of that idea, just to see if he can hit it. Is that part of it too?
I guess, but I mean, you got to do that to see if you can hit it. So I don't see the issue there. And once you determine that you can hit it, then you know you can hit it. So I don't think that's so much of an issue as much as another thing I've seen people do is they are playing around with the DPRS, the digital APRS. And they accidentally turn their beaconing on for every, 30 seconds. And they don't even know they're beaconing, but the beaconing on D-Star is a key up. And most of the time you won't, you don't hear the beaconing if someone's using the opportunity to talk and key up as part of their beaconing, but if they're just beaconing without talking, then it becomes very apparent. So you see that too every once in a while, which I think that in that case it's, common courtesy to not have auto beaconing on. Just have it beacon when you actually talk. But I don't see a problem with keying up around to see if you can hear the repeater. Now you've done it, that's not an issue. But a lot of people are just playing with the radio testing, and I guess you got to do it too. I guess the point is that about half the time people don't want to talk, they're keying up for some other reason. About half the time they're keying up because they want to talk. Generally speaking, I don't respond to them unless they've keyed up twice successively or they actually say something. And I tend to lean more towards, if I'm going to respond to you, you probably better actually say something. But people do it different ways, so that's how it is out here.
I understand there. Cool deal. Well, if anybody else out there listening, feel free to jump in. I don't know what we're else linked up to, but this is Greg, K6EGG from the city of Chino, and also on YouTube. If you type in my call letters at Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf, you can hear this transmission, as well as me going down the sideband probably in a little while. So anybody out there, feel free to jump in.
Hey, J60, I just want to throw a comment out there that I know when you do DMR and you go through a DMR repeater, as soon as you chunk the repeater, the repeater will respond back to you for 15 minutes, and if you don't key down, within that 15 minutes, it just shuts off, and then you think that nobody's on the repeater, but they are. You're just not hearing them because the repeater's not activated. So I think probably a lot of people that do D-Star, they probably do DMR. So if they're not used to using a hotspot, which is I also use a hotspot for DMR, and you don't have to chunk anything. It stays active as long as you have your radio turned on. But through a DMR repeater, you have to key it down every 15 minutes just to keep hearing people's talking on it. So that's just my theory. AJ60.
AJ60 and 6QTD. That's probably a pretty good theory there, Curtis. Of course, you don't have to chunk to stay connected to a D-Star repeater because there's no such thing as being connected. You're just listening. It's just like analog radio. You're just listening, and you hear everything that's going on that repeater. So, but that's a good theory. I did not know that, so thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it's D-Star is pretty cool too. That's one of the downfalls of going through a DMR repeater is you have to keep keying it every 15 minutes or it just shuts off in your radio, HT or whatever. It just doesn't put anything out. You don't hear anybody. That's just one of the weird features of DMR. So I found that out, by asking a lot of questions why that did that and stuff.
Good, useful information here.
You never have to chuck the
Curtis AJ60
DMR talk group. It just stays active all the time, which is a huge benefit. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. AJ60.
Anybody new or returning visitors? Jump in, say hi in the chat.
Greg, so you wanted to participate or listen to some DX chatter? Is that what you wanted to do? Because we could switch over to a DX reflector.
I'm probably going to head over to the BozoNet here in a few, maybe later tonight. Definitely are interested in that. Is it okay to be using this repeater? Is this like an open repeater? I don't understand how this one works.
Well, it's just one of the 10 repeaters that's connected, or it's one of the 10 repeaters owned by the Papa system. So, the official deal is that, here's from the website. You probably already read it. You get to sign up for a membership for free for 30 days, and after that, they expect you to, if you want to continue to use the system, they expect you to join. So that's the official word. They're pretty reasonable. And most people who use the system are pretty reasonable. They eventually sign up for membership. So, I'll leave that up to you. I will tell you that they do spend $10,000 a month, and I'm not exaggerating. That's actually the number on rent for all their repeater sites. Plus, they keep up the system and replace repeaters as needed, and have been expanding it. So, anyway, leave it up to you.
Copy that. I understand. I'll definitely look into it. I did read it. I was actually reading it as we were talking about it. So definitely interested in it, at least for the D-Star aspect of it, but not for the, I don't know, I probably wouldn't use the analog repeaters. I don't know. We'll see, though. Anyways, I'm going to QSY over to the BozoNet on 144.240. And checking with those guys and probably mosey back on this way. Maybe we can experiment around some more. Want to get Keith on here as well. He was interested in it, and I don't know how to talk him in too much, so maybe Fred or yourself can kind of give him a hand a little bit. Anyways, this is K6EGG. I'll be clear and QSY on your final.
That hurts.
Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me. I was planning on checking into the BozoNet later this year. Well, pretty soon here myself. So, I'll see you over there. What else? I guess there was something else I was going to tell you, but whatever. I'll remember later. I'll think of it later and say, oh yeah, that's what it was. Anyway, all right. We'll see you over there. Damn, I wish I could remember. Oh, well. Anyway, all right. 10-6-EGG, I'll be clear.
KF6OS N3 EPA. Are you still on frequency? No, Fred.
N3 EPA.
All right, everybody. I now tuned over to the Bozo Net here on 144.240. I don't think I've checked in a week or so. I think Pat's doing it tonight. Don't know for sure. But hopefully we'll get some new check-ins. I know, is it Arthur? Out in the high desert, out by AJ60, was looking to check in last week, but I think or was it Mike? It was Mike. I'm sorry. W6MDA was looking to check in and get in a new Bozo number. So maybe he'll check in. I know I added Bill to the email that Mike sent me about getting a Bozo number. So hopefully he'll check in tonight and get a new Bozo member. Anyways, we'll just listen here for the next 3 or 4 minutes. And actually 4 minutes. They're pretty much on time, especially Pat. When he's running, runs a very tight ship. So we'll see here. This is Greg, K6EGG. Anybody new to the channel? Once again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year, which I don't know if we're going to get there, but I figure it'd be worth a try. I got to 200 in about 4 months, so another 4 months or so, 3.5 months, I might be able to double that. We'll see. Anyways, let's listen to some static here, and pretty soon you'll be hearing some voices here on the Bozo Net. That starts at 7 p.m. local. That happens on Sunday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. Every week of the year, except for some holidays like Christmas and stuff. I don't think they do it on Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. I don't know. Thanksgiving wouldn't run on a Sunday or or Wednesday. It's usually a Thursday. But anyways, this is Greg, K6EGG.
Boy, these guys, they really start on time. It's 18:57. Boy, they're precise.
I want to do an early check-in.
Yeah. Sometimes they come on early, but they don't start taking shots, checking exactly. Boy, they like to run it like a bank.
They run a tight ship here. They got 1 minute and 34 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I guess they do it to make sure everybody's clock is exactly on time. I wonder if Dave's going to be the net control tonight or at Bozo number 12.
He might. I heard him on frequency on ours a couple times this week, so I know he said he's feeling better. So I hope he's back.
Oh, anyway, I talked to Ray there, and I told him to listen on the Bozo net there in the diesel car because he got sideband. I said, you might not be able to get back, but it's going to be interesting if you do hear anybody. That's going to be interesting when they point the beams out there.
All right, if you like, I'll get things started.
Yeah, we do. Early check-in, Bozo number 834. And anyway, we got another guy listening to you guys. His call is N3EPA. He's in a diesel truck. I just talked to him on D-Star, and he's going to be listening to the sideband. So when you guys are putting your beams out there to Tucson and Phoenix, we'll let you know when he comes in tomorrow or tonight if he heard the signals out there, QSL.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, let me get the net started, and we'll get everybody checked in. How's that?
Okay, 1859.
All right, this is N6OBA. I'll be your alternate net controller tonight for the Bozo net. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. on 144.240 upper sideband. And we'll get the net started tonight by asking if there's any emergency or priority traffic out there. Emergency or priority traffic, come now. All right, not hearing none. There's a couple of stations I know that were anxious to get checked in. I have 834, and was there someone else that wanted to get an early check-in?
595 853
463
809.
All the 250 guys are checking in nice and early.
So I'm sorry that I didn't get everybody there, but we try to move the beam around, and so we're able to get everybody checked in, but it's not going to be easy if everybody just wants to check in at once. I'm going to do my best, no problem. So far I got 834, 853, and 809.
595
and 595. Okay. All right. Thank you. If I missed anybody, we'll get you. We'll get you. And if you need to get in right now, come on. We'll get you. We'll get you checked in. This is Jim, N6OVA in beautiful downtown Loma Linda. And if you want to point a beam in my direction, I'm at Delta Mike 14 Ida Bravo. Delta Mike 14 Ida Bravo. And I'll be your alternate net controller. Update on David. He's recuperating. He's not quite up to doing the net this week, so I'll be your alternate, and Pat should be around as well. So we'll get everybody checked in, and we're glad you guys are here. nice to open the door to a line. So, all right, let's start with Orange County, though. Let's start with Orange County and Long Beach. We have stations looking to check in from Orange County or Long Beach. Bozo number, please.
Did you get 853 checked in?
I have 853. Yes, I do. How you doing this evening?
All right, Jim. Thank you. No traffic here.
Okay. All right. Well, enjoy the evening. Try to stay cool. All right. This is N6OVA. I'll be your alternate net controller for this evening's Bozo Net. It's Jim in Loma Linda. And we're looking for check-ins from Orange County or Long Beach at the moment. We're looking in that direction, Orange County, Long Beach. Bozo numbers, please.
Jim, it's Pat, number 58.
That's the Pat, number 58. That's not just Pat, that's the Pat.
Well, there's more than one of us out here, I think. Anyway, wonder if Mike made it. He was going to run the net tonight. EXO, Mike, you with us tonight?
Yes, sir. I am listening. Jim jumped in there kind of early, so I just let him have it. He's doing a good job.
There you go. Looks like you got elected, Jim. That's what happens when you volunteer early.
Well, we had kind of a line at the door, kind of knocking on the door here, so I just, from your text earlier, I didn't think Mike was going to make it. Did I misread your text from earlier, Pat?
No, but yeah, we started at 7 o'clock. You were in there a few minutes early, so no biggie. I had a big list. I heard those guys give out a bunch of numbers. Let me see if you got what I got, because I got yourself, and I got 834, and I heard 595, 853, 463, 809. Did you get all of those?
I didn't get 463, but I did get the rest. So, okay. All right. Would you like me to continue?
It's up to Mikey.
Oh, yeah, rock and roll. You're doing a good job, Jim. I'll be standing by listening, and if someone comes in that you're not hearing, I'll give you a hand.
Yeah, definitely. We'll need you to look east in a little while. So, and your signal seems to be down a little bit tonight, Mike. You got your antenna pointed someplace else?
I am. I'm pointed to the west right now.
Well, maybe we'll get an Hawaii check-in. Yeah. All right. Let's move up a little bit. We'll take L.A. County. We'll take L.A. County and L.A. along with Orange County and Long Beach. Looking for check-ins to the Bozo net. Bozo number, please.
All right, this is Greg, K6EGG, on the Greg K6EGG live stream. Normally on Sunday nights after the Bozo Net, we'll jump on 270, 144, 270. That way we'll stay away from a lot of the activity from the Bozo Net check-ins, which you just heard. A little bit of a slow night, seems like. A lot of check-ins here at first. Hopefully they'll get pick up some stuff here. On the Bozo Net. Usually they got about 25 to 35 people check in a Sunday or a Wednesday night. So anyways, let's get back to some radio here on 144 270.
Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf monitoring.
26 K6A listening.
Keith, we got to get your D-Star running, man.
Well, you got to make that YouTube video so I know what to do.
One cannot teach unless he knows. I don't want to give you any bad info. I already gave some bad info out last night. The guy ended up figuring it out, but it's not as bad as you think.
I kind of got an idea, but just enough to get myself in trouble.
Well, if I figured it out to, people fumbling around telling me everything, I got a lot of information thrown at me fast, but Fred and Bill, UTD out there, has been really helpful out there, as well as Gabe. So you don't have to do a lot of programming. A lot of it's already in your radio, so it's just a matter of hitting a couple buttons. You should be up and running.
Well, I know, oftentimes, you have it to say CQ, right? Then from you want to have it on the repeater, whatever that you're wanting to talk through.
Yeah, the reflector.
Reflector, there you go. Hang on one second, I got to shut my door.
Copy.
The last week or so, I'm having an epidemic of little mosquitoes coming in here, and they're chewing me up alive, especially around my feet and stuff like that. So I put out a bunch of stuff on the grass in my backyard, and I've sprayed and all this other kind of stuff. If I saw something just fly in here, look like a mosquito, so I want to shut the door so I don't have an epidemic.
Hey, those things might pass around some COVID too. You never know. Bad joke.
Well, what was it, Nile, several years ago?
Yeah, actually, that's very true. That gets transferred. Pardon me, I'm fumbling over my words here tonight.
So I was unhooking my 57 microphone, which I use for this frequency, and I was undoing the cord, from the mic, and the piece that from the mic that solders to the cord just popped off, and the three wires broke off. So I got a little project ahead of me.
The XLR part?
Yes. And I don't know, I'm sure I can find on the net, whatever, but I don't know what color goes where, you know what I mean? And those wires, they must be 24 gauge or something. They're so thin.
Here's a pro tip. Open up the other side of the cable and follow exactly the same way they're hooked up.
Okay, that makes good sense, huh?
Yeah, because every cable is wired a little differently and colored a little differently. So I generally, as long as it's on the same pinout, you should be okay. Pin 2 is always on the bottom. Pin 1, depending if you're looking on a male or female, is opposite.
Yeah, there's a set screw that keeps this part in there, and I guess it got loose or whatever, and it just came out and pulled my wires off when I was trying to pull the cable off, you know. It lasted, how long? 30, 40 years, so I can't complain too loud, I guess.
That happens to me about once a week.
Oh, really? Do you solder them back or what?
Not anymore. I just send it to maintenance. They don't want us to do it anymore. We used to do it out there in the field. We used to have like a little propane solder iron, and we'll go to town on it. But now they want us to bring it back to the truck and have them do it in case we mess it up or something, which is, I would say, about 90% of the guys can't solder anymore, or can't solder, so that's probably be a good thing.
Guys in the truck are like the repair guys, kind of like?
Yeah, most of the engineers in my business have turned to more IT specialists and fix-it engineers. Sometimes if something major, instead of opening it up, they'll just send it back to the shop and have one of those guys take care of it. Just the nature of the business has kind of changed.
Go around and check those set screws like once a week or something like that, so that doesn't happen as often as because you guys are like using that stuff all the time.
Some of the cables now they screw on the back. There's no set screw, so that's how they stay in from the back pressure of the back of the connector, the black part.
Okay, yeah. Well, this is the old SM57, and that's what they did. So I guess once I fix it, I gotta make sure that set screw's tight. Anything else out on the frequency? This is WA6QXA with K6EGG. Guess it's just you and I, you and me, my friend.
I was talking to Bill out there and on D-Star. I'm spacing on his call letters right now. UTD, I'm sorry. I'm like half asleep right now. Maybe he was talking about checking in on the BozoNet, so I don't know if he went over and then he's going to come back over here. I know he was watching on the stream, so he might know we're over here.
I don't know if I've met him or spoken to him. Who is he?
I'm here, by the way.
I just heard him say he's here.
Well, now you can. I think he had a new coax, so he's a little bit less signal loss. Go ahead and take it, Bill. See if you can make contact with WA6QXA out in Long Beach.
WA6QXA, yeah, I can hear you. This is November 6 Uniform Tango Delta and 6 UTD. And yeah, you're coming in pretty good over here. But I can usually hear Long Beach pretty well.
So, Bill, Keith here, where are you located?
Well, I guess I'll go first. I'm located in Redlands, which is halfway between LA and Palm Springs on Interstate 10. Just southeast of San Bernardino, I guess, is a good landmark for people who might know, or where the 210 meets the 10. And I'll turn it over to Keith. Where are you located, Keith?
Yeah, I know where Redlands is at. Yeah, I live in Long Beach.
All right, Keith, did you want to say where you're at?
Long Beach. Can you hear me? Copy, Long Beach.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was thinking there was another person besides you, Ian Greg, in here. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, I can usually pick up Long Beach pretty good, but you're coming in good tonight. And did you? I think I heard. I just tuned over here. I was over at the BozoNet. Did I hear something about a D-Star question, or was I just imagining things?
Say that last part again.
I was just curious if did you, I think I heard something about a D-Star question.
One second, Bill, 1 second.
No worries.
Okay, try that again. I'm sorry, Bill. I had to put my headphones in. I'm not getting a strong copy on you. Go ahead.
Okay, 1 second. Let me try turning up my mic gain. 1 second. Okay, Keith, can you hear me any better now?
Yeah, I think it's a little better. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I can hear you pretty good. Anyway, I'm listening on headphones too, and I do agree headphones help. But I wonder, did you have a D-Star question? I thought I heard maybe you had a D-Star question.
Oh, D-Star. Yeah, I heard that you were helping out Greg. I just don't know how to program it and all that kind of stuff yet. Gabe, I don't know if you met Gabe yet. He runs his own repeater out here in Cypress area, and he helped me program my 7100 for me. But I haven't done any programming on D-Star for the 9700 that I'm talking on right now.
Okay, well, I guess you got to get some frequencies in, some D-Star's frequencies in there first. That'll be your first step. So you can either do that in DR mode
Sorry, I have
or
my daughter
regular
playing in
mode.
my office. If you don't mind, let her go to town or get herself tired out so she goes to sleep.
There's a few more fields to fill in for DR mode, but either way, you can get into D-Star. And then I guess we can go from there. But I have a 7100 as well.
Yeah, I just got to get more familiar with that. Do you do a lot of D-Star?
I suppose I do my fair share.
There's another guy in Redlands named Arthur. Do you know him?
That would be me.
Oh, you and I spoke. Okay, the motorcycle guy and scuba guy. We just spoke, was it yesterday or something?
Oh, yeah, I think it was, I can't remember which day it was. Maybe it was Friday, but anyway. Yeah, very good. How was your weekend?
Not bad, not bad. So I can call you Bill. That's good for me.
All right, yeah. So my middle name's William, and my dad went by Arthur, so I just always got my Bill. So there you go.
Same here. My middle name is Keith, and I've been going by Keith because I was named after my father and my first name. So I've been going by Keith since birth.
All right, yeah, same here. So you can relate. That's exactly what my situation is. But, you know, you sign up for the FCC and they want your first name and it's your official name. And so, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they didn't want me to be like, even though I'm named after my father, it was my first name, they didn't want me to be a junior, you know, so they've called me by my middle name since birth, which is better because my first name is Merle, which I like Keith a little better.
All right, well, there you go. Anyway, so, yeah, you got to get busy and add a few frequencies on D-Star. But you're down there in Long Beach, though, so you could hit a few. Really, there's just two main D-Star repeaters, maybe three that you'd want to add in there. You'd want to add that Cypress one in, which is, well, and then add the Cypress one, and then you could add in the Malibu Saddle Peak repeater and the Santiago Peak repeater. And those two repeaters are connected to the Papa system, so either one would work, but you might as well have both those in there. And you can do that by hand. You don't have to wait to, you know, figure out how to use a program to download it from your computer to put it in. Just key it in and be done with it.
Yeah, I gotcha. And also, Keller Peak would be nice.
Well, Keller Peak's got a nice footprint, but it's its own system, essentially. Dennis owns that. Anyway, K6EGG. Anyway, but there's not, since that's not part of a system, well, they call it the California connection, but aside from that, there's not as much chatter there, so you'll get more out of the two Papa repeaters that you can hit from your location.
Yeah, Dennis has come up on this frequency several times, or a few times anyway. He's definitely said, yeah, make use of it.
Yeah. So, and he has a lot of expenses to pay too to keep. He has 3 D-Star repeaters up there on Keller Peak, and And so, that's why it's a nice reason to join the Keller Peak Radio Association, kpra.net, and help support the Keller Peak repeater. Yeah, I key up on it every time I'm driving to just, sometimes I run into people there. A lot of times I don't, but, it's a great repeater, and, I'm a member of the KPRA, specifically for D-Star. Same thing for Papa system. I only support it for D-Star. I don't really use the analog system or any of their other systems, but yeah, Dennis is a great guy. I'm surprised you heard him over here. I never hear him over here. Not here. What am I saying? I forgot where I was. I've been playing radio too long today. I usually don't play radio this long, but today's been kind of a fun day. So I guess you've met Dennis. Yeah, great guy.
Roger. I see that Greg's back. He stepped away for a second. I'm going to hand it over to him. Go ahead, Greg. WA6QXA. We'll be listening.
Yeah, Dennis was actually on earlier today, at least on 250. I let him know about some of the issue that was going on with the Keller repeater. He actually didn't know about it, so I think it just had happened within the last 24 hours. So he's taking a look into that, and hopefully he'll be back up soon. I think he said he was actually going to take a ride up the hill and maybe have have to take a look at it. So, yeah, Dennis is a great guy. He's kind of giving me a few pointers today on some D-Star stuff.
Very good. Yeah, so, I wonder what was wrong with it, because I haven't noticed anything wrong with it, and I was using it early. I used both the 2-meter repeater and the 440 repeater earlier today. I didn't have any problems, so I'm not sure what the deal is. But maybe there was a deal, and maybe I just didn't know. Maybe he fixed it already.
I know he said some server was down, so it's not hooked up to a reflector at this point. At least that's the way he made it sound. Like I said, I don't know how it works. But there definitely seemed to be some sort of issue. I wasn't able to connect to it earlier today, this afternoon, when I tried when I was fumbling around the repeaters. Maybe it's picking up only people that are close. I don't know. Maybe it's a problem with the receive.
All right. Well, interesting. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna test the reflector right now. Anyway, I'll let you know what I find out. Anyway, yeah, I never got checked in over there at the Bozo Net because I wanted to come over here and I still had to wait my turn to spin around the dial there.
And I am now officially a guest member of the Papa system.
Congratulations. Yeah, it's a nice system. And then the website's really nice, too, the member section. So once you get a chance to check out the member section, it's really nice as well. And then they have the different drawings, I don't know, once a month, sometimes twice a month, depending on what's going on for their meetings, or during COVID they had it via Zoom. But I haven't won anything yet. But I was talking to one guy who has won several radios from those events. And it was fun when the IC-705, the Icom IC-705 came out. That was one of their prizes. So they have some pretty good prizes sometimes too. So it's a worthwhile organization.
Yeah, I'm not much of a repeater guy, but I definitely am interested in D-Star, and I think I should at least join to play around with it a little bit. I think that would be the best thing to do. And if I end up liking it a lot, I'll probably end up paying. Help be a part of their little system there. 99% chance I probably won't use the analog stuff unless I get really bored. But yeah, it seems like it's pretty cool. I've been doing some research on it the last few hours.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not much of a repeater guy either, so I just use it for the D-Star side anyway. So anyway, I don't want to hog it. So does anyone else want to take the next spot? N6EGG. the silence fee on your stream there, Greg, so I guess I better keep talking.
Yeah, you can talk as long as you want, man. There's no, we don't have a round table or anything. It's whoever wants to talk. We don't usually get that way, and usually people don't hog it. And if they do, we just slide up to another frequency and have another conversation somewhere else. So it's really not that big of a deal. But believe it or not, I had one night I had like 15 people listening to static for like an hour. So you'll be amazed what people listen to. I mean, obviously they're waiting for somebody to come back, but I was surprised to that extent of people watching.
I'll bet you've noticed a lot of interesting things since you started the channel and started doing the live streams that you probably didn't expect. You know, and you tell me things like that, and I'm surprised too, and yet I'm not actually all that surprised.
Dude, I've gotten some pretty interesting emails. I'll tell you one real quick. One of them, I get up from time to time, and when I had a wider angle lens on my camera, you could see like a seat cushion. Someone emailed me from Holland and wondering what seat cushion I was using. So you'd be amazed what people pick up. That's why I put a note by my camera, which you can't see on camera. Don't pick my nose.
Okay, well, at least you put the note up. There you go.
Well, think about it. Sometimes I'm on for like 5 hours. You're going to think about it at least. So I try, that note reminded me a couple times. So that'll be embarrassing. Someone takes a screenshot of that or something.
Hey, that's a good idea, to be ready for those candid, good screenshots when you're not thinking.
Hey, Greg, you're up to 204 subscribers, I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm making a trek up to 500. So if you guys know anybody or anybody new watching right now on the YouTube stream right now, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to make it to 500 by the end of the year. So it could happen. I started with 10 in March. So we're making our way up there.
That's pretty awesome. Now you hit 200, then like a day or two ago I looked, it was at 198, so what happened there?
It actually went back to 196, I think, at one point. Last night, or was it last night? Was it last night? Yeah, last night I had a bunch of people jump in and a bunch of new subscribers. So I picked up, I know Dana was listening out in Diamond Bar, and he watched me fumble through the D-Star stuff, and I had Fred on the phone with me. I don't know if you're watching, and he talked me into it, and he actually figured out what I was doing wrong, and I kind of coached him through what I did right, and he was able to get on. So it kind of helped some people. I wasn't going to put that on the air, or at least on the stream live, but I figured actually that would be a good educational moment to watch, somebody fumble through and try to figure out, with help, of course, between actually Bill as well, try to get on D-Star last night. So that was pretty cool.
All right, pretty good. Yeah, I know that you went AWOL on the frequency.
I was back and forth a lot.
So when it goes down, does that mean people unsubscribe or whatever?
People can unsubscribe. They can, lose their account. Their account becomes inactive. All kinds of different things. I didn't look and see if they unsubscribed. I just saw that the subscribers went down. I could tell if someone unclicks. I just didn't really get into the analytics of it. In fact, I don't know if you're watching right now, but I can bring up an analytics page to show you what I can see. That it's pretty cool stuff. I don't know if you can see right here, is you can see the different views the page or channel has gotten. So yesterday, a little bit of a spike, a little bit of an increase to 316, where I normally average right around 138. So it's slowly picking up over the last couple weeks since beginning of August. The reach has also kind of gone up a little bit as well. The impressions have gone down, but you can also see different analytics as far as subscription base. You can see it slowly popping up from not subscribed to subscribed. So they're going up in tandem together, which is good. So, and I got a lot more non-subscribed people watching than subscribed. So maybe I can get those people to subscribe.
So purple is non-subscribers, green is subscribers?
Yes.
Those first numbers that was 316 or 317, what does that mean?
Those are the page views in that 24-hour period.
Oh, roger.
I got basically over 4,200 different page views. So that's, it's not the same people returning. It's all together people that haven't been there before. So there's also engagement you can see, which has picked up a little bit. That's people watching the actual videos, either when I'm live or not live. Which it seemed to be that the last couple weeks they've gone up from when they're watching old streams. So that's pretty interesting too. And speak of the devil, someone just subscribed, so I appreciate it. If somebody new in there watching, up to 206 it looks like now, or 205, sorry.
So I was on 20 meters or 40 meters here and there throughout the day. And there's on Sundays, Saturdays and Sundays, there's a 40-meter swap meet net. I was thinking about you, man. You can throw some of your stuff on there. It's totally free. I heard David put a couple things on there.
VAN?
Right. Hey, there's Fish World. There he is, Mr. America.
Hey, I got Greg talking in the Korea today. He out-talked you today.
Who out-talked me?
Greg did. He made a contact to Korea.
Korea? On a cell phone?
No.
Okay, I got to hear about this. Korea on what?
I used your call sign and talked on 40 meter.
Today somebody was using a call sign. I looked them up, and it was like, what do you call it when somebody dies? A silent key. It said a silent key. This guy was using somebody else's call sign list. He was just he was issued it and then wasn't updated or something. Pretty crazy.
Hey, Fred, you got to turn your mic gain back up.
Yep.
What you talking about, Willis?
Who dat?
Hello, guys. K6EGG. A little fast. Hang on.
Hey, Dan, you're just a tad off frequency.
Yeah, sorry about that. Is that better now? That's a lot better. Yeah, I just realized my wrist was a little rocked.
Turn that thing off.
That Carlson wrist, huh? Yeah, my riddy was getting a little gritty. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully that's a little better.
You're still a little tad bit low compared to the other guys.
The other Keith out in Orange County, is he out here tonight?
Okay, how about that? Sorry.
Shorts.
Nice. I don't want the shorts too tight.
Yeah, that's a lot better, at least on my end. What about you guys?
Pearson through. Hey, Dan Keith here, WA6QXA.
Yeah, hey, Keith, I just sent you an email.
All right, I'll check it out in just a minute. I'll be right back, you guys. I got to get something wet out of the kitchen. Be back.
Hopefully it's a cold beer.
Beer, you nailed it. Not Jack Daniels. I haven't drink that stuff.
Okay.
Actually, I might want to run it by you.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I think I'm going to talk to you offline about it. I got an idea.
Sure, drop me an email if you want.
What's your idea?
I was going to say I want to talk to him offline, though.
Why, is that personal?
No, not like that. It's just an idea, but I'm not sure. It might have been thought of already, but I didn't want to, like, ruin anybody's parade or whatever.
No, you ain't ruining nothing. We like tornadoes.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Ready.
Let's set up an echo link.
Actually, that's been talked about. I actually discussed it with one of the guys. He found my page, and I follow his page as well. He's over in Mississippi, I believe, Joe Brett. I can't remember his call sign at the time. I actually talked into his Echo Link on my channel when I was on his channel at the same time. And we talked about that a couple months ago. I would have to... Actually, I might have a V71 available soon, but it won't be able to talk on... what's it called? Sideband, though.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I think it would work a little easier on FM, but I don't know. What do you think about using sideband? Like beyond here, like 270. And then guys like the guy in Texas that was mobile, was it yesterday? I'm sure he would have loved to chime in.
Hey, I think you should consider All-Star if you're thinking one of those modes like Echo Link, because All-Star tends to work better than Echo Link.
Yeah, I think, Echo Link could be a problem for repeaters, but maybe a little better. Well, you got to run the squelch tight, right? You can't have open squelch.
I don't know the details on how they set up Echo Link because I haven't set one up. All I know that as a user, and you make a good point, because most of the time if I've used Echo Link, it's been through a repeater, but this is more a simplex situation. So maybe the problems that plague repeaters with Echo Link wouldn't be as much of a problem here, but there's still that delay, and if you have the choice, if you're going to spend the money, I say you spend the money on All-Star because there's a lot less delay. That's just my opinion.
Well, it might, I don't know, All-Star, what do you got to do for All-Star?
Well, I've not set that up either, but, if Greg wanted to set one up, I know people who have set up All-Star setup systems, and I could put him in touch, and they love to talk about this stuff. They'll if you needed some help with that, Greg, they'd just love getting you going on that. But I can't imagine it'd be much more than setting up an Echo Link node. You just got to register with All-Star instead of Echo Link, and I'm not sure what all's entailed in setting up a node. I know that for myself, I have a node, but I'm not sure if it goes both ways. I guess it would work. All I did was I just bought a clear node, called it a day, so it's super easy, and I'm on All-Star, so there you go.
Oh, copy that. I have no idea how to set it up, but I think it'd be super cool for when Greg has his live feeds that people from anywhere, as long as they got a call sign, they can get in and then join on the RF side here, along with the group here. That would be super cool for them.
Well, we can kind of do it with D-Star right now if they have D-Star capabilities. We had somebody come in from New Zealand one night. He found us on the stream, and we tried to figure out how we can get him on. And Curtis actually, I think, suggested it. We all moved over to a D-Star repeater over on Keller Peak, and we all struck up. Or most of us was able to make a QSO with them that had their D-Star set up that night. As far as for me putting up another radio at my house, it's highly unlikely at this point. Someone might else need to host it. I don't have another way to get up another antenna, but I could supply maybe the radio and stuff. But as far as hooking that stuff up at my home QTH, it's pretty far-fetched at this point, other than maybe putting up a little mini node and then going in that way. I don't think the 9700 is Echo Link compatible as far as I know, unless you have it in some sort of terminal mode. which I don't think you can use on sideband. Someone may have to correct me if I'm wrong as far as what I was reading, but I definitely looked into it. A lot of logistics. I definitely want that to be a part of things, but right now it seems like D-Star seems to be the easiest way for somebody to connect in. If they have a hotspot or something, they could just change your reflector to one of the local repeaters, and we can all chat with them that way that have the D-Star capabilities. And I know a lot of people don't. But that's an easy way right now around it without having a host, like you said. But I definitely looked into it. I've discussed it with another ham that's in Mississippi a couple different times, and at least that's what I came up with right now.
Copy. That's cool. I think you'll all figure it out eventually. And the only thing with D-Star is the only bad thing, of course, I'm sure you know, is that you got to have a radio that does D-Star. Not everybody does.
Yeah, there's definitely drawbacks to every different situation. For me, the D-Star is the easiest. I have D-Star. I have a D-Star radio. I have a 9700. A lot of the guys do that, at least are on this frequency. I know a lot of people on the stream don't, but they're also thinking about doing it. So that might get them over the edge so they can be part of things. Just hosting another Echolink at someone's house is a lot of logistics involved as far as getting a radio up, getting internet to it, stuff like that. So the other thing is, having a tall tower and having all the people get into it. We're all spread out. We all have huge antennas up, and we're spread out very far. We got Curtis way out in the desert, talking almost 90 miles away to Long Beach, and we'd have to put it somewhere in the center and stuff like that. So I definitely want to do that. It's just the logistics behind it. It's a lot to ask for somebody to put at their house, and I don't think I can at my house at this point.
Yeah, copy. I think I could set up one. I heard a rig blaster works.
You have to be direct IP into that, though, right?
I mean, for Echolink, sorry. I mean, a rig blaster, a V71. I think that's what they usually use, I think. I don't know. I got a FT8800. It'd have to be, FM only. I think it's just, squelch, and, when it drops out, then you can key up the transmitter. But if it doesn't, on repeaters, it's worse because you got to wait till the entire repeater drops. And so I think actually being on, like, say, 2-meter FM, it actually works better than like on a repeater.
And I'm also looking at it looking it online as well on the, you can see on YouTube. I'm looking up the rig blaster. I've actually never heard of this before, so pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, I got a rig blaster, and I got an super old laptop. I'm thinking maybe I could just do it. I could try it out. I just haven't set it up yet. I don't think it's too hard.
Rig blaster, that's who makes my rig, or that company, with whatever it's called, makes my rig runner on distribution center.
Like a couple other things, that thing's on 5.2. Anybody basically in the world can hop on that and be a part of that, which that could be good and bad because somebody can get in there and mess with things, clog up the frequency, and then we have to kick them off, whatever. So I don't know. I don't know how that would exactly work.
Yeah, that's a good point also. It might become a problem.
Like kind of like D-Star, you got a little bit of layer of protection. Those people are registered, they have a good call sign. Obviously, with Echolink you would, but you're going through a third-party server. They would have to connect to the reflector to get out of the local repeater. I don't know. I've gone back and forth a lot about it. I definitely want to have people that are watching around the country. There's a couple of people from Europe. I know Martin was talking about he was getting his hotspot up. He's over in Holland. He was talking about getting in his hotspot into one of the local repeaters here in the next week or so. So hopefully we can make that happen. But I think that the D-Star thing seems to be the easiest at this point as far as logistics, because everything's already set in motion, and the equipment's already there. We just have to utilize it versus set up a server and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, totally agree. Now you're making me have to get a D-Star radio. See, that's okay though. I think I should get one.
They have some 9700s over at HRO right now. I just looked earlier.
Are they on sale?
I don't know. Let me take a look.
At least you got the most important thing, the 2-meter sideband.
Well, that's why the Icom 7100 is such a great radio, is because it's got D-Star and 2-meter and 70-centimeter sideband. So you got everything, plus your FM. And HF.
Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's your day.
You just stepped on Dan or somebody.
No, it's good. My bad. Sorry about that.
K6 West. I'm sorry about that. Tomorrow's going to be your day there, Keith.
Yeah, definitely at lunchtime. Okay, we'll talk.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's on sale.
It's on sale. It's on sale. And Anaheim's got them in stock. What's the difference between the check mark and the check mark with the dark green? What's the dark green mean?
Dark green means they have kind of like a lot of stock, which means probably more than 2.
Oh, is that what it means?
Means like they might have 1 left, whatever.
Hey, you better go down there tomorrow and get it.
Hey, check out the 7300s, Greg. What do they got in stock?
They have it. I looked earlier. Don't go there.
Me into buying this radio.
What radio is that?
W6GLA.
9700?
Yeah, he talked me into it. Greg did.
Yeah, he talked me into it too, so I'm trying to talk him into his 7300, but he won't budge.
I know, I bought one. You better buy one now.
You bought one like 5 days after you bought the 9700. That's a big bang.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to get rid of that 91 and all the accessories with it, and just to be able to do it. But oh well, he's got the money. He's a working man.
I'm sure you can figure out a way to write it off on his taxes.
Yeah, copy that. Hey Keith, you're not. Did you put up a different antenna?
Say that again?
Did you put up a different antenna?
I put up an off-center fed HF antenna a week ago yesterday.
Okay, but you're talking on a GP9, is that correct?
Well, it's not the GP9 brand. It's not a Comet, but it's a 17-foot, vertical.
Oh, okay, well, you're hitting me stronger tonight for some reason.
Anybody new to the channel tonight, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It looks like we got a couple new ones today, or at least one new one today. Really appreciate you jumping in there and subscribing. This is Greg, K6EGG. I come on 2 or 3 nights a week, or days, depending on my schedule. Doing a little live streaming here on 2-meter sideband, and now a little more D-Star. So I'm actually going to turn on the D-Star right now and have that on in the background, and we'll see if somebody pops on here. This is Greg, K6EGG.
Dan, Eric, say hi to each other.
Yeah, hey Dan, you're coming in here about an F5 up here in Sugarloaf.
Okay, copy. Yeah, okay, I hear you too. You're not real strong though, but I hear you.
Yeah, okay, well I got the preamp on, and that's probably bringing everybody up. And yeah, Fred's in the mud tonight. I don't know what it is, but he's not. Keith is hitting me stronger than Fred, and Fred usually is booming in there, but he's down in the mud tonight.
Wait, Eric, can you say that one more time for me?
I know, right?
Hey, Fred, you need to work on your station.
Bad conditions.
You used to always throw that at me, so I had to throw it back.
I know. I am. I'm going to work on it. I'm going to raise up the antenna higher. I hear Ron out there calling CQDX.
Hello, Ron. Do you hear Keith, WA6QXA?
Yeah, I can hear you tonight, Keith. You're low, but you're in there.
Same. Can you hear Eric up in Sugarloaf?
No, I can't hear him. I've got too many mountains in the way.
Can you hear Dan? Dan, you're Westminster, I believe, right?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Ron's out there 20 miles east of Temecula.
Yeah, Ron, I talked to Ron before. I hear him too. But I'm surprised in Sugarloaf, are you not overlooking the Orange County? I think you should be stronger down by me, no? Because I talked to a buddy that lives in Big Bear and, IUJ, and he's pretty strong down this way.
No, I'm over in Sugarloaf. I'm on the other side of the lake. I'm on the north side of the lake, and I've got I'm looking down pretty much on the inland or Lucerne Valley.
Oh, okay, you're on the other side. No wonder. Okay, that explains it.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, how's my audio though? Is the audio coming in through okay?
Oh, you sound great. Actually, I have no problem making you out. But the signal's low. But yeah, you're sounding good though. Actually, I'm not sure. What's your output power?
Just 100 watts. I used to have 200, but I went down to this radio here, and it only puts out 100.
Oh, copy. Okay. You have an antenna that can handle 200 watts?
Yeah, well, I've got the GP9. That's what I'm running, the GP9 Comet.
See, we were talking about it, debating what the real true maximum output power, max limit of that GP9 is. Has anybody blown one up yet?
Yeah, I've been putting 200 through mine for, for about 3 or 4 months, and I never had any problems.
Okay, good to know. So it can handle 200 watts. So does anybody want to try to go more?
Keep in mind you got attenuation on your cable run, so it's 200 watts is really not getting to the end of the antenna.
Point. I wonder if you could, let's say you got a 1452G that does 350 watts, and you got, 60 feet of LMR 400, that's 2 dB, you'll be down to like 200 watts.
Well, there's one other thing. Just put a beam up, and that should take care of it.
Oh, totally. Yeah. But I kind of like the idea of being on an Omni because of the fact that you can hear everybody, And I decided, and I know I was supposed to put up, I apologize, I didn't do it yet. I had a whole bunch of other stuff. I decided I'm going to take the IMAX down and just put the GP9 up, so I'm going to switch it out in the next few days. So, on the tower, so it'll be much better, I think, because I'm having a lot more fun out here. HF, it really doesn't matter about like the height as much off the ground when you talk, DX. It doesn't make that much difference, but it makes it, obviously, as you guys know, vertical. The height of the antenna makes more of a difference in VHF than it does on HF.
Yep, I'm a firm believer of that too. I've got a G5RV, a full-size G5RV up for my HF, and I'm 7,100 feet up here, but it's maybe 20 feet off the ground, 25 max, and that thing works pretty damn good.
Right? Yeah. It probably doesn't make. It'll help a little bit, but if you hear them, then they hear you. How much difference would it make? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but just like a beam would make your station get out farther and hear better. But with the wire, it's minimal. But I've talked to a lot of people just on 100 watts, and I have no problem getting in.
Oh yeah, I bet. I hear you fine. I did put the two M12 antenna together, and I didn't realize how big that thing is. It's almost 20 feet long. It's about as long as you can go before you need one of those like cross braces so the boom doesn't sag.
Oh, is that the 2-meter one?
Yeah, it's like the 13B2.
Okay, yeah, it's an M squared. Is that what it is?
Yeah, copy that. But it's kind of big. I was like, it's super light. It doesn't weigh much, but it's kind of a little bit precarious. I could still manage it myself to put it up, but it's just like, it's a little bigger than I remember. It always looks smaller when you put it up, right? But when you actually have it down on the ground, you realize how big this thing is. It's pretty big.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, that's the 13 element or something like that. I've been looking at that myself.
I think the 13B2 is probably the best, bang for the buck, just all-around antenna, right?
Yeah, now can you mount that horizontal and vertical, or can you just do one or the other?
Yeah, you can do either away. And the good thing is, the 13B2 also has in its instructions a particular spot that it's designed to handle a boom that is going. I'm sorry, not a boom, a mast. I keep getting everything screwed up. A mast through it. Because the problem is if you're obviously doing vertical polarization and then you have a mast, it's going to get in the way, right? So there's a sweet spot it recommends to mount it to where the mast doesn't interfere with its radiation pattern.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what? I think I was listening in when you were talking about that the other night. And, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. So, I'm looking into that one. That's one I was looking for. So, so you don't have it up yet?
No, it's just sitting in the backyard, ready. It's ready to go. What stopped me was I didn't have zip ties. I was, because you know how you got to run the coax along the boom.
Yeah, copy that. All right, well, that sounds good. I think I made up my mind. So I got a little room up there where I can, I might have to swap. I might have to put the vertical antenna over on the garage, and I might have to put the beam on top of the house because I got a couple trees up here in the way.
You got a rotator?
I used to, and I can get another one. It's no big deal. But I got all the poles, all the mass for it. So, I just need to get another medium-duty rotator.
I think in the long run, it'll definitely be a lot more fun to turn that thing around and pick up different stations and also note where everybody is. I look forward to doing that.
Yeah, me too. And then I'll be able to dial you guys in a little bit better. I should be able to hit you a little bit stronger, once I dial you in. So that's what I'm looking to do. All right. Well, somebody else take it. W6GLA.
Yeah, copy. Yeah, AD6DL. Everybody's sandbagging on us.
I'm looking at Greg's stream. He left the screen.
Went to get some food, probably, huh? No.
He had to put his daughter to bed.
Oh, I bet you that's what it was. Well, summer's over for me. I start back to work tomorrow.
Oh, man, that's a dirty word.
You know what, for me, though, I'm kind of looking forward to it because I got a good schedule this year, it looks like, number one. Number two, I got 2 more years, so the quicker I get started, the quicker I can retire in 2 years.
Yeah, good for you. You know what I did? Besides buying all these radios, I just bought a mountain bike, and I started riding again. So, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've been riding a lot, especially since like the pandemic where we were boxed in. I need to get some form of exercise. So I started riding a lot, and I've been keeping it up.
Yeah, I'm going to try this new park over by the high school up here. It's called Maple Ridge Park, and I'm going to go try that tomorrow and see how that goes.
There you go. Yeah, I love mountain bike riding. I don't really get to do mountain bike riding that much because I don't live that close to hills or mountains, but, I love doing it, though. I used to do it a lot back, like when, like in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, copy that. I got really into it when I got into my 40s. When I lived in Orange County, I've ridden every single mountain bike park in Orange County except for the Fullerton Loop. That's the only thing I haven't done.
Okay, well, you must be aware of, like, I work in Costa Mesa, and there's like this regional park over there. I can pedal about a mile and a half. I'm in this huge regional park that has, dirt, but some hills and stuff like that you can get a pretty good little workout in. You know which one I'm talking about? It's almost hitting Huntington Beach.
That one don't sound familiar. I'm really familiar with Aliso Viejo. I've ridden there a lot. Chino Hills. Everywhere in between. That one doesn't sound familiar. It's not around Back Bay, is it? In Newport?
No, it's on the other side, closer to like to Huntington Beach, off a street called Victoria and almost Brookhurst.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I haven't ridden there. I don't know if that's more or less a mountain bike park or if it's more for hiking and stuff like that. So the parks that I've ridden are basically the dedicated mountain bike parks.
Right. And this has some nice cliffs and hills and stuff like that. You got to put it in low gear, and there's not a lot of people walking on those low areas, but there's it's pretty wide for people to walk in other areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because what I did is I bought when we used to buy books, for like guidebooks. I used to buy I had a book, and I have it around somewhere that has all the trails, how to get there and all that stuff. And that's what I would do is I would pick a one that I hadn't done, and then I set my GPS or whatever and just go and find it, and then just ride it.
The late 80s till about 95, I want to say, I was in sales, and so I'd kick off. I have a friend that lived in Sierra Madre at the time. I'd kick off like maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock once or twice a week, and we'd ride up the hill just from his house. But from Pasadena, I rode up to Mount Wilson 2 different times. Of course, I was a lot younger.
Oh, I think we all did stuff like that when we were younger. Yeah, I didn't quite get into it until kind of later in life. I tried it a little bit in the early 90s, and then I got into rock climbing instead. And then after the rock climbing went away,
I would set up all that stuff too. No, I'm happy with my stuff, but there's always those things you look forward to operating with.
Oh yeah, I've gone through all that. When I was in Arizona, I put up a step IR big vertical, and then I had my Henry 3KA and also a Commander 2K, and I got to thinking how much money I had invested in that. Let's see, the radio was an FT 1000 MP. I had a 756 Pro 3, a 7,000.
And there was like a bunch of people, lots of cars. So I figured must be mountain bike riding because there ain't any snow.
Yeah, snow.
Kind of probably mosey on over to D-Star here in a little bit. It's a busy night here, which is nice. I'm getting bit by something. I don't know if you noticed.
On the other side of the road, and I think they have like mountain bike trails there.
Okay, I see.
And then, Snow Summit's got a nice downhill park, and then there's all kinds of stuff that veer off of Snow Summit. There's the road called 2N10, and you go up there, and there's all kinds of single-track trails that go all the way down to Big Bear Boulevard.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I like single-track.
Yeah. I'm working up to it.
I was thinking that park, there's a park, Fairview Park, near Estancia High School. Is that what you're talking about, next to the Santa Ana River?
Estancia, yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, my son and I, we go there sometimes to do the RC car.
Yeah, I work literally about a mile. I work about a mile, maybe a mile and a half from Estancia.
Oh, right on, yeah. So there's a little bit of mountain biking in there. But, yeah, it's not, real good. I've done it, too. Aliso Wood Canyon is still my favorite. And then there's Whiting Ranch in Lake Forest also. Those are, the two main ones.
Yeah, there's one or two hills that are pretty steep.
For those of you wondering what I was doing, I was trying to get my TX message on D-Star of it. Looks like it should be on now. I'm going to go check that out here in a few. Once again, anybody new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It looks like a lot of normal guys on there tonight watching. Kind of quiet in the chat, so jump in and say hi in the chat. If you're old returning, not old, meaning you're previously a subscriber, or a subscriber right now, I should say, and you want to jump in and say hi in the chat, just wondering who's all watching here tonight. Here on the Greg K6EGG live stream.
Choya's a pain in the arse. So it's like, you gotta You gotta really get strong enough, and I was like, finally got strong enough to do it, but it was so hard to do. Yeah, that's a good one though. That's a nice loop actually. You know, you start at the park, and then you go up, maybe top of the world, come back around. You know, that's a nice route.
Oh, I used to ride that every day after work because I used to work at UPS down there in Aliso, and you know, I'd go down to the I'd drive my bike down to the main parking area, and then I'd ride in, and that's what we used to do. You know, we'd ride all the way up to Choya, and then we'd hit Choya.
Sound like another
hit the
station
main
was in
road
there.
up there, and then there's all these offshoots. But if you go all the way down, you actually have to ride through some residential neighborhoods. You get to this meadow, and that's the most fun downhill I've ever done.
Have you done Whiting though? The downhill there is pretty fun.
Yeah, I've been up Whiting and oh god, everything in between. You know, I can't remember the names of the actual runs. I'd have to break out the book, and you know, I'd probably mention some names that you'd be real familiar with. But yeah, I've done Whiting and everything over in that Trabuco area.
I think the most favorite you're probably thinking of is called Coyote, right?
Yeah, that could be. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's the best one in Aliso. Aliso's still one of my favorite, and it's closer to the coast, so it's a little cooler. If you go to like Lake Forest, man, it gets really hot. Like right now, forget it, unless you wait. Santiago Oaks, that's another one.
Yeah, and I've been down to the one in Laguna, you know, where I guess there's a school down there. I can't remember. Oh God, what do they call that? Laguna Woods or something like that? I can't remember, but it's right on the coast.
Yeah, El Morro.
Yeah, that's it, El Morro. Yeah, I've ridden there. I almost got heat stroke there once, and you know, I was still kind of new into the mountain biking, and I kind of overdid it. But yeah, that's a fun park too.
Yeah, you really got to be careful. And I don't really ride, honestly, when it's above 80 degrees. I just wait to go later in the evening or ride really, really early. But it's just, I don't know, just don't enjoy it. Because the problem is, then even if you don't overheat, but you're sweating so much, and you can't, because you know you got your hands on the handlebars, you can't like just wipe your sweat off like hiking. So it just kind of, your eyes are burning, and it just kind of sucks.
Well, you know, they've got these headstocks now. Well, they've had them for quite a while. And you put that on before you put your helmet on, and I guarantee you won't get any sweat in your eyes.
I'd have to do that, yeah. But I do other stuff. You know, actually, most of the time I go, because I live kind of close to Huntington, I just go down to Huntington a lot. You know, I get my favorites, 602 coffee down there in Huntington Beach, and then just ride the boardwalk, you know, from around 17th Street, and then ride to Sunset and back to, you know, Newport and back. That's an 18-mile route. It's so cool.
Yeah, well, at least the scenery's kind of nice down there.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice, and the weather's always cool. Like today, it was 71. I was down there, and it's like, you can't beat it. I mean, it's so freaking nice. I mean, 71 degrees. I mean, come on.
Yeah, we used to go down there all the time in this was probably in the 80s too. The early to mid 80s to late 80s, we were always going down to Newport and Huntington and stuff like that, and doing the boardwalk. And yeah, that was before I was.
You take your vitamins? I just gotta like show my daughter here. She's so cute. Come on over. Say, oh, I'm sorry. I just hit you in the head. You want to say hi, everybody?
I'm sorry.
Hey, did you step on something?
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. It's all right. You want to say hi to everybody? Just don't get so close. Pull back. Let's step back just a little bit. There you go, right there.
Daddy.
Haley.
I'm going to bed with my mom.
Okay. Have a good night. Which car are you taking with you?
I'll catch friends and one train.
One train?
And James.
And James. Can I eat any of those trains? Okay. That's what I thought. I got to make a quick little change on here. I got to take a little saturation out. I look a little orange. It's probably a little better there. Oops, sorry. Back to radio here. Sorry about that. I have to show my daughter how to say goodnight to her. I won't see her tomorrow, so.
Get to the 73 and all that, it's a nightmare. You know, you wind up just spending $7 and it takes you 20 minutes to get to 73 anyway.
Yeah, and for me going down the 405 when it's like just stop and go, it's just, it's not an enjoyable drive to start my day. So I'll just go down to PCH and just, watch the waves and make the best of it.
Okay, what's that there? Can I eat your train?
No.
Why not?
You best pretend.
Can I pretend eat them?
Oh, okay.
That's what I thought. I can't even see you. You gotta come over a little closer. You look. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Tell me your name.
Hallie.
And how old are you?
Still 3. I'm not 4 yet.
When do you turn 4?
That's like Judith.
Okay, we don't. Everybody doesn't know who Judith is, but when do you turn 4?
4.
4 in October. October is your birthday.
And Mrs. Kiss and Halloween.
Yep, Halloween's in that month too. Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah.
On my trains.
Can I eat them again?
No.
No. Okay. Have a good night.
Well, on the screen anyway. Oh, she's left.
She gone.
Oh, yeah, I just saw her, okay.
Hey, Greg, you out there?
I am. She was just saying goodnight. I won't see her probably tomorrow because she's going to be gone before I get here and might be asleep by the time I get back tomorrow night.
Wow, your signal really dropped down for me.
Question is, Greg, when is she going to get her call sign?
She's been on the radio quite a bit, not in recent times, but I've definitely had her talk to Keith a couple times, so she's interested in it. She doesn't know what it is, but she knows Daddy plays with it and likes it, so maybe at some point.
Tony, Dan, there's a guy, Tony, in Garden Grove, probably about, 3 or 4 miles from you. He's got a son named Anthony. He's 7 years old. He gets on the radio, and you would not believe how good he is on the radio, how cool. He's like, so I'm like telling Tony, man, you got to get him his license.
Oh, that's funny. That's cool. Yeah, I got my son to get his license. I kind of bribed him, though.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Right? Let's see if I can get him. Let me borrow him. I'll get him on the air real quick.
How old is he?
He's 13.
Oh, good. He started young. Good.
I'll be right back. 86DL.
Yeah, Greg, your signal really dropped. Am I weak to you?
Yeah, it's right around sunset, and I thought I heard somebody break it in there. The call side sounded familiar. I want to say WA6ATI. I thought I heard in there. Try to break in there. I don't know if he's still listening. Are you still out there? One of two things may have happened. Either I didn't hear that, or he's gone now. So you can probably hear my daughter in the background too.
How long ago was that? Just a second ago or a while ago?
About 3 minutes ago. I tried to comment in, and I couldn't make it in between the keys there.
Hello.
So sorry. Hello.
Okay, here we go. Here, go ahead, Calvin. Here. Hello, my name's Calvin. I'm K6KL.
Nice, Calvin. This is Keith, Whiskey Alpha 6, Quebec, X-Ray Alpha. What license do you hold?
I'm a technician, Colonel.
Very nice. Good job, man. Good job. At 13 years old, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really good. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
There's a few other people out there, too. Maybe you can say hi to them.
This is Greg, K6EGG in the city of Chino.
Hello.
Welcome aboard.
We're watching you, Greg. Here, we're just, and I was telling him about, because he's got a YouTube channel and he's got a gaming channel. And it's funny, you and him are about to have the same amount of right now have about the same amount of subscribers, but I have a sneaky suspicion that my son has an unfair advantage because it's gaming, so he's gonna beat you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Eric W6GLA was trying to get in there too. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I just want to say hello to your son and let him know I'm up here in Big Bear, W6GLA.
Hi, Eric.
There he is.
Yeah, sorry, Eric, we didn't get the call sign because the noise floor just picked up over here.
That's okay, it happens, no problem. So anyways, hey, 7-3s.
Hey, can you 5 the call sign? I didn't get your Eric's call sign.
Whiskey 6 Golf Lima Alpha, W6GLA.
Okay, got it. Great. Okay, well, Calvin's going to sign off because he was in the middle of gaming, and what were you doing?
Beating the game.
Beating people in the game? What are you playing, Fortnite?
No, we're playing, this is another game, but we're going to beat it today.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, okay, Calvin's signing off.
Hey, Calvin, before you go, do you have a favorite game, or do you play Mini?
I play a lot of games, but my current favorite ones are Fortnite and Call of Duty.
All right. My son used to play Call of Duty for years and years and years. He's 29 now, so he doesn't play near as much, but yeah. All right. Hey, good meeting you, Calvin. Hopefully we can talk again. WA6QXA.
All right. Good meeting you too. K6KL out.
Yeah, Danny's got good phone chops. Better than mine.
Hey, okay, guys, I'm going to step out. So, hey, good talking to you all tonight. And what AD6GL? What's the name on there again?
Did you come back to you? I'm not sure if I'm hearing what you're hearing, Eric.
Say that one more time, Keith.
Did GL come back to you? I'm not hearing what you're hearing.
No, he didn't come back to me.
Are you talking about the person that was just talking a minute ago? Dan, out in Westminster?
Yeah, what's his name?
Dan, D-A-N.
Okay, yeah, and it's AD6GL, right?
To be honest with you, don't know.
Okay, well, anyways, yeah, say goodbye for him since he can't hear me too well now, and we'll talk to you guys later. So see you later, Keith. See you later, Greg and Dan. W6GLA.
All right, Eric. Yeah, you're hearing me about an S5, so you're doing a fine job. 73 to you. Good talking to you.
Hey, Eric. Make sure I got it. Yeah, Alpha Delta 6 Delta Lima. It's Delta Loop. I think you got it as GL, but it's DL. Hey, 73. I'm gonna QSY. I got a buddy who wants to talk on another channel, so I'll catch you guys a little bit later. Nice chatting, y'all.
All right, Dan. I got the correction.
Roger, Dan. Later.
And take care, Eric. Have a good one, man. Always nice talking to you.
All right, bud. See ya.
So, Craig, you got a busy week ahead of you?
It is very busy. Working the next 6 days starting tomorrow, and the earliest game I have is 4 p.m. I have one at 1 p.m. and one at 9 or 10 a.m. this week. So I'll be very busy, and it's my birthday on Friday. So, Friday? Yeah, Friday. So I'll be kind of busy there.
Old man.
Sandbagger.
Well, premature happy birthday from K6EGG.
Hey, Rob. How's it going? This is Keith. You're way louder than Greg tonight. For some reason, Greg kind of falls in the mud. I don't know what's going on.
I know why. I had my amplifier off. I apologize.
There's that S8S night I was looking for.
He's cheating.
I have a special beam just pointed right at your house, Keith. I had it turned away to another area, so.
I'll take it.
And you start back at work tomorrow morning, right?
You talking to me? Yeah, I do.
And will you be driving into work, Rob? I'll probably be driving in about the same time you do next couple mornings.
Oh, man, Keith, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. That's pretty terrible. My daughter's here from SLO, and she's heading back tomorrow, so I'm probably going to work from home tomorrow so I can say goodbye to her.
Copy. Excellent.
Greg, what time are you going on the road?
I'm going to take the 91 tomorrow as long as the 71 is open, and I should be on the road right around 9 or not a couple minutes before that.
Oh, okay. No, I'll be way ahead of you on that one. I'm going to hit the road about 6:30 or so. I thought maybe we could talk, but nope, you won't be on soon enough.
But on Thursday morning, I'll probably be on the road about 4:30.
I'll be on the road early enough for that one.
Yeah, I would have missed you either way. I'm usually on the freeway. I'm in my Jeep usually by 6 o'clock and to the office around 7.
6 a.m.? Okay. Well, I'd be able to talk to you at around 6:30. You're usually on Fusion in your truck, right? Your Jeep?
Yeah, I usually monitor the that Fusion repeater that we talked on that one time.
The only thing I have mobile for Fusion is my 3D or my FD 3D. I don't think I'd make it.
Yeah, if you connect it to external antenna, it would.
Well, that's easy enough. I used to do that on this antenna here. But I haven't done. I've never used Fusion on that thing. I should try it sometime. Get used to it.
Yeah, I mean it's Yaesu's version of D-Star.
Right. I mean I've done Fusion, but I just haven't done it on the handheld yet. It's actually easier to get around than D-Star.
You think it's easier to get around on D-Star than Fusion?
No, the other way around.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you said it. Oh, it's than D-Star is what you said. Gotcha.
Yeah, D-Star, you got to get into all these reflectors and do this, do that. It's a lot harder.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't understand all that stuff. And on my 9700, it obviously does D-Star, but I mean, I've kind of gotten away from using repeaters anyway, so haven't really got into it.
Yeah, so you're probably like me, never done D-Star on the 9700.
I've never done D-Star. I talked to Fred once for like 20 seconds just when he wanted to show me how the digital worked, but I think that was basically digital simplex.
Exactly, that's all I've done. Digital simplex on the 9700 ATI. Yep, summer's over for me, but you know what? I'm actually kind of excited and anxious. I don't want to say anxious like nervous anxious, but just, ready for it because the sooner it starts, the sooner I'll get 2 years in and be able to retire.
Oh, man, don't even start with me. It's like, I'm telling you, over the last, I don't know, probably close to a year now, it's like I'm getting to the point where all I can think about is retirement. And really, I think financially, it's probably not going to happen for another 10 years.
Wow. Yeah, I've been really doing a lot as far as planning and can I do this and cutting down my expenses. I've cut down expenses in the past year by $1,600 a month. So, that's what you got to do because you're obviously going to be making less money when you retire. So you got to cut the fat.
Absolutely, and it's ironic you say that because we've cut our expenses by about $1,100, $1,200 a month. Big part of that, over $600 of that, was refinancing our house. We went from like 4.25% down to 1.99.
199, was it a 15-year?
Yep, 15-year fixed loan.
Good for you, man. That's great. That's great. I wish I refinanced too, but I wasn't at a position to be able to do a 15-year. But if I have extra money a month, per month, whatever, I could always slap extra money to turn it in kind of like one, as long as I'm consistent. But I'm not at that position. But yeah, I got it. I did that. That saved me $400 a month. I paid off my wife's car. I paid off my car. And I paid off my son's student loans. We covered his schooling, and I had to get a couple of student loans to cover some of it. So between that, and it seems like there's one more thing that I'm missing. I dropped it $1,600 a month my expenses. In fact, I'm basically, except for my mortgage, I'm out of debt now. It's kind of a nice feeling.
ATI.
I think there's somebody out there.
Yeah, Whiskey Alpha 6 Alpha Tango India Mobile.
That's Dennis, right?
Sure.
Dennis, I thought I heard you in there earlier. Was that you trying to chime in?
At ATI, I didn't want to break in too much, but I was listening to you about D-Star. Have you tried D-Star on HF?
If you're talking to me, Greg K6EGG, no, I do not have D-Star for HF. I don't have that capabilities, but I don't know, maybe Rob has.
Yeah, maybe it was Rob that said he had it on a 9100.
Oh, I've got a 9700 and I have no idea.
Okay. I have never done D-Star on HF, but I heard it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be good on HF, so I've been listening around, but I've never, ever heard anyone on D-Star on HF on 40 or 80, but they say that people are on there, so who knows. But yeah, this is Dennis over here in Walnut. I just was finished up with the net on 240, thought I'd slide up here and see who's who up here on 270 tonight.
Yeah, Roger, Dennis. This is Rob, I always forget my call sign, N6KX in Riverside.
Nice signal into Walnut. Very, very good. Very readable.
Yeah, you sound good too. You're about an S5 into Riverside and very readable. No problem at all.
Yeah, this is my new radio, my new 7100. I got two of them now, so one in the base, one in the car, and I really like this radio. It's a pretty good radio for the car, I think.
Oh, very cool. Congrats. And yeah, I've never even heard of D-Star and HF. That's completely new to me.
Yeah, I've been tinkering around with 6-meter FT8 and playing around with that. So when the band is open, I get little alerts. And then I can tune over to 5313. And a lot of times the band is wide open and it's just like all kinds of contacts you can make. But FT8 is no voice, obviously. It's just all digital, about maybe 1 minute is the total length of the conversation you have, but it's kind of cool. It's some people like it and some people don't, but there's a lot of people down there doing FT8.
I've done a lot of FT8, mostly on 20 meters and 40 meters, and my best contact was with the station in Antarctica, so that's the one I was the most excited about by far.
Oh yeah, I used to do phone pad traffic with the McMurdo, KC4 AAA, and McMurdo and Cycle Station down there in the 70s. I ran phone patch, every Tuesday and Thursday night.
Very cool. That's awesome.
But there's no phone patch stuff anymore. Hell, we got these satellite phones to do everything.
Hello, anybody new watching right now on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and jump in, say hi in the chat too. Love to hear where you're at.
So is everybody horizontal here, or are they vertical
I'm kind of toying around with putting a loop on this truck, putting a 2 meter and a 6 meter loop, like a halo or a squalo.
N6KX, Rob, I'm definitely vertical.
K6EGG, I'm vertical.
Yep, same here.
Man, it was hot today. What did you do today, Greg? Were you out in the heat at all? I had a barbecue at my brother's. It was the most uncomfortable I've been outside in quite a while.
I was not outside, although I was in a sauna at the gym. And then I came home and took a shower and stayed in the AC most of this afternoon. That's pretty much was my day today.
Yeah, I think it was about 98 out here in Riverside, and it was definitely more humid, which just made it very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I spent my afternoon working underneath the truck, pulling coax cable from my 6 meter vertical on the back end of the truck.
What was the temperature out in Walnut?
Yeah, probably 85 or something like that. I didn't really pay close attention to it, but you walk outside, you break out in a sweat, so it's probably even more than 85. It was definitely warm. The one saving grace is I found we had a watermelon still sitting in the fridge from last week. I cut that sucker open and I devoured half of it. It was delicious.
They always seem to taste better the hotter it is outside.
Oh, you think?
Absolutely.
One of those little seedless ones, but usually they don't have much flavor, but this was pretty good. So I sat out front in front of under the mimosa tree and I ate my watermelon.
There you go. And now I've got that pictured in my head.
It's a good way to spend the afternoon in heat.
So did you guys check into the bosonet earlier this evening?
Yeah, sure.
I did.
How was it? Was it busy or pretty light like it has been?
I got in and got out quickly. I didn't want to mess around too much because some nights they kind of like point and stuff and they spend time in areas, and I didn't feel like listening too much tonight. I was messing with D-Star earlier on 440, so I'll probably be going back up there shortly as well.
I think it pretty much subsided about at the top of the hour as everyone started checking out.
D-Star.
I've never worked anybody on 440 on D-Star.
Yeah, there's a couple repeaters that I was on earlier today. Fred KN6OS gave me a ring and said that somebody connected it to one of the reflectors that the repeater's connected to from South Korea. So I had a QSO with him for a few minutes there. That was pretty cool. That's my first contact in South Korea, although it's kind of cheating going through the internet, but it was still nice to talk to him. And it was like, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning when it was 6 o'clock here.
Yeah, and I've done the same thing on Fusion, and it is cool. The first few times you do it, but then, like you said, it kind of kicks in. Well, it is the internet's involved, so it doesn't really count.
What's the difference between Fusion and D-Star?
I can't tell you technically, but basically, Fusion is Yaesu's version of D-Star, more or less.
Like Motorola's P25, that's their digital modes.
Yeah. So does it allow you to do things like, can you send files through Fusion or like a picture or something like that, or is it just for voice?
I think you can send pictures for whatever good it is, but it's mostly for voice.
And D-Star, you can do text through a computer program, photos, along with voice at the same time, and you don't tie up the repeater with the texting. It's like you don't hear it key up, but you can still have a voice conversation. From what I understand and learned today.
Yeah, so data go through a different channel, and then the voice they separate. I guess they separate the data and voice with tokens or something like that, so they're processed differently.
I believe so. Like, for instance, I think there's a repeater on Santiago that has P25. It's either, it does both, but you hear the P25 on the analog side, but you won't hear, I should say, you just hear the digital noise on the analog side, so you can't use them both at the same time. Does that make sense?
I think that's how BB has his system set up on 440-664.
Actually, that's the repeater I was referring to. I think that's one of the only P25 repeaters that I've heard, or at least can hear very good for my house. But yeah, I once in a while at nighttime, later than this, probably closer to like 11 o'clock, I'll hear some guys chatting on the P25. But if I listen to the analog side, like if I'm in my car or something, it's just hash.
Oh yeah. I'm on that quite a bit. I've got P25 on that frequency from just a handheld, so I'm just using one of those Motorola XTS 5000s for that, but I don't have any other rig that does P25. I now have two rigs that will do D-Star, but that's only two digital modes I possess at this time.
I think D-Star is going to be my new toy for a little while, since I can't do HF at this point. So I've already got everything ready to go with it. So it was kind of fun making the contact, and I didn't realize that a bunch of the D-Star repeaters here locally were all linked together. I was going through to see which ones I can hit, and I was hearing the same people talk on them. I come to find out it was all one big system, the Papa system or something or other. But it's still cool talking on it.
Yeah, I'm more into simplex. The least I have to do with other external devices, like another repeater, the better off I like it. And the internet, I don't particularly care much for that either. Rather just do simplex, because when push comes to shove and the shit hits the fan, as they say, those are not going to be working.
I agree with you 100%. Actually, today was probably the most I've ever talked on a repeater my entire ham radio career in 20 years, on and off my entire life. So I'm more of an antenna-to-antenna guy. I was a CB guy and sideband guy on CB. So I agree with you 100% for the very same comments you just made.
Hey, Greg, I just noticed you picked up 5 more subscribers since last night.
Yeah, slowly people finding us. And Dennis, by the way, you're on YouTube right now. I don't know if you knew that, but I have a stream going at the same time with my face in a corner, and I have another camera on my Icom 9700.
All right. What's the YouTube channel?
It's Greg K6EGG. So just type in Greg Kilo 6 Echo Golf. If you have a YouTube account, hit subscribe if you can. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, but I come on 2 or 3 nights a week, just mainly on this one, and I've been doing D-Star too. So just kind of fun just to kind of mess around. A lot of these guys want to hear their signals coming back, and they'll make different changes on their station. That's kind of originally why I had it on.
I see. Let me check it out.
And Rob, you like the new 4K camera?
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice. Yeah, it looks... Oh, wow. You know where I can see the difference? Where the writing is on that, exactly, the mount. I can see Made in USA and everything.
Yeah, that's eating up a lot of my processing power on my computer now. I'm running about 88% CPU to push that signal through, but, excuse me. Seem a lot of people notice. I got a couple emails about it already.
That is funny. It cracked me up to find out we're basically running the same same computer, the iMac from 2012.
N6EGG?
Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. And yeah, remember, Rob, you the one that talked me into having a camera on my face in the first place, and then a light. So this is all your fault.
Oh man, I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
I see you now.
I had one of the social media experts from my work. I wouldn't say grill me, but tell me what I needed to do. And one of them was get a better camera that looks a little more natural. So I did some processing also to the camera that's on my radio. It should seem a little clearer. I put a filter in to try to make it look like a little more realistic. So it was kind of a work in progress, and Rob actually talked me into the whole camera thing, like I said. So I didn't even want my face on there, but I'm used to it now.
Well, I do remember having a conversation about that, but I think we all kind of agreed that it just gives it a lot more, I don't know, personality, makes it more of a human touch with you on there in the corner than just looking at a computer screen, the radio screen.
Yep, you were 100% right. And I noticed when I did that, I started picking up more viewers, and I actually got I haven't gotten any emails lately, but for a while I was getting a couple emails a week asking me questions. So, yeah, so it's kind of fun. Dennis, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, trying to push my way up. Kind of fun, just kind of messing around with this. And then he's listening too.
See about a 5-second latency
because I want to see I want to see Greg.
I got a perfect double WA6ATI. Go ahead.
I'm seeing about a 5-second latency.
That's not too bad. I had it down to about 2.5 seconds, but I think when I updated to 1080 60p, it added another 1.5 seconds. And go ahead, second station.
I was just going to comment on, adding the human touch. The only reason I watch your channel is because I want to see you.
That's scary. I don't want to pick my nose in.
Well, damn, that's what we all are.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Passing gas either.
You guys can't tell when I do that, but you can see me sitting there cracking my back all night, though.
That's when you start shifting to one side.
I can tell when he kind of squints.
I might be wincing from my surgery still, so that's not fair. And you can also see the logbook a lot clearer when I put it up to the screen. It actually focuses in now. I know it looks a little not professional, but it does the job for me.
Wow, that's definitely way more clear.
Yeah, what's your microphone?
It is a Electro Voice 20, RE20.
No pop filter?
Don't really need it. There's one built into it, actually. I had one on there, and I lost a little bit of presence with it, so I took it off, and I personally think it sounds a little bit better when I get on the mic. It has a variable D on it too, so that takes away a little bit of the pop in the speech.
That's a phantom power mic too, right?
It is just a regular microphone. It's a dynamic microphone. It's a hypercardioid. I do have a fathead preamp on the back of it to give me a little bit more of a boost because the Icom 9700 has I believe a condenser microphone, so it's looking for a little more level. Usually condenser microphones put out about 15 to 20 dB more gain. So the preamp inside the radio has a little bit of attenuation to it. So I can actually give you a demonstration and take off the fathead and go directly into the radio, and you'll see a huge difference in my audio.
Well, your audio is really good now. I wouldn't change anything on this. It sounds very good, very professional.
And here's the difference here. I'm exactly the same distance away talking into it, so my presence has probably gone away a little bit.
Who was that last station?
Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah, you lost the presence. So you've got a equalizer on there too. You can tailor it and boost highs and stuff, de-emphasize, pre-emphasize, and whatnot.
Nope, I'm just using the processing in the radio, believe it or not. This radio does really good. It has a really good natural processor. I have a lot of RFI issues when I did run my external equipment, and to be honest with you, nobody really could tell the difference. So I decided just to go with the internal processing there. And Rob, did you say somebody was on frequency?
I was making a bad joke. I was basically asking for that last station to identify himself. Meaning I couldn't understand you when you took your fat head off.
Same.
I got you. And Keith, WA6QXA has a similar setup as far as the fathead on the back to boost his dynamic microphone. He has I think an SM58 on there, which, to be honest with you, you're not going to hear too much difference between the 58 and this RE20 when it comes down to it on this, narrow band radio.
I use a Yeti microphone for my computer to do all my virtual training classes, so that seems to work fairly decent, better than the camera video or camera. What do you call it? Camera microphone.
Yeah, the camera microphones usually are not so good. So any kind of external microphone system is usually a little bit better.
I think that Yeti it's a condenser mic also, but I believe it's got a 1-inch condenser mic inside of it, so it picks up really well. I mean, I could just be whispering, and I could be a foot and a half away from it. It'll pick it up.
I also have for the stream that's not being used on the radio, to kind of enhance all you folks' radio broadcast, I have an Orban 6300. It's basically a radio station or TV station processor that, let's just say, I obtained from work. I didn't steal it by any means, but it was going to be parted out and basically thrown away as e-waste, so I was able to pick it up. But that gives a huge difference for the people listening on the stream. It evens out all the levels, makes my voice sound a lot better when I just talk into the stream alone, and kind of gates a lot of other noises out that's not too good for the ear, and it enhances a lot of stuff that is kind of dull.
It was decommissioned, kind of like the old Level Devil back in the 70s.
Decommissioned is a very good way of saying it.
You gotta be PC anymore.
And they were going to throw this thing away, or throw it in the recycle. And one of the guys contacted me. I'm like, I'll take it. He's like, I don't even know if it works. I go, I'll take it if I'll e-waste it myself if it doesn't work. And fired right up. They said it was barely used.
I remember I used to intern down at Channel 15 in San Diego back in the late 60s. They had that, what they call a level devil, which was a audio system that basically brought all your audio levels up and it kept them right within the legal limits with the TV station. So it's kind of cool. It worked really good. Nice little rack mount piece of equipment. Wouldn't mind having something like that, but I guess they used it until they changed everything out.
Yep, it's always good to get old gear because you can still use it. For something like we're doing. And Keith, you will be the first one to let you know if I run across something. Actually, I do have something here. I have what they call a Dominator, which was used in the 80s, which is very similar to this Orban. It's a multi-band processor. So I actually bought that one a couple years back.
Hey, not to interrupt, but there's something that just kind of was exciting that happened. I was on 40 meters, and Amanda from Ham Nation was out there, and I was able to make contact with her.
What's her call?
It is K1DDN from Denver. Sorry, Colorado.
Oh, yeah. I've seen her on before.
Yeah, it was like a pile up, and I finally was able to get in and just get a, QSO.
Was she streaming right now?
She's doing kind of like a net.
So are you
not really a net, just trying to make contact, It's DX.
You guys doubled. I heard Keith in there. Go ahead.
Thank you.
There was another station in there. Doubled. Keith, go ahead.
Yeah, she was just trying to make contact, one by one by one. And so it was just a pile-up, but I was able to finally get in there and say hi to her. But another thing that happened, which is kind of interesting, is I made contact, was it earlier this week, to Japan, Tokyo, Japan, and I emailed him just to say hi, it was good talking to you, blah, blah, blah. He emailed me back today and saying, yeah, I got the contact, it was good talking to you too, blah, blah, blah.
Excellent. You got out of the country again, huh?
I've gotten out of the country 3 times, twice in Colorado, twice in Canada, and once in Tokyo, Japan.
Believe it or not, I've hit every continent on 10 meter but Antarctica, and I'm very jealous of Rob making that Antarctica contact there.
Yeah, it was FT8, but still, I'll take it. It's still one of my favorite contacts ever.
Yeah, I've done 40 meter Europe
these pilots, I'm trying to get an amplifier.
Early morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning. Had really good results at that time in the morning on 40.
I don't even remember if that contact, I don't remember if that was 40 meters or 20 meters. I'll have to look at my logbook. Pretty sure it was 20.
That seems to be a little bit of that would be a double skip if it was on 40.
Yeah, I think we doubled. I just said I'm pretty sure it was 20.
How much power do you run on 40?
I'm just barefoot, 100 watts.
Yeah, probably 20. I don't think you'll be able to do Antarctica. It'd be a double skip, a double hop for that one. run a kilowatt. Well, anyway, gentlemen, I'm going to bail out of here. I've got to catch you guys later, maybe next weekend. Catch you later. I'm going to pull a plug, WA6A API.
Sounds good. Good talking to you and meeting you, Dennis. Hope to hear you out here again. This is Rob, November 6th, Kilowatt X-Ray. Have a good evening.
And Dennis, have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by again. It's always great talking to you.
Thanks, Greg and Rob. Catch you next week, probably.
I don't know if I'll be on next week. I'm going to be going out to dinner and I'm having a lot of cocktails unless you guys want to have me on drunk.
Why are you going to be having cocktails?
Absolutely.
It's going to be at my birthday on Friday, so we're going out next Sunday.
Gotcha.
You guys really want me to come on drunk?
Hell yeah, we need some. You watch your subscribers, you'll double, dude.
I did go on the night of my surgery I had. I don't think I went on YouTube, though. I was not looking good.
I remember that.
How did he sound, Keith? Was he all drugged up?
He was a little sedated.
I did go on the day I took my COVID vaccine. I felt like absolute ASS.
Dennis, so I have to listen to your stream just to get to hear what he said. That's why I was doubling a lot, so I apologize.
Yeah, I was wondering why. You usually don't do that. I thought you would I can hear my daughter in the background. I thought you'd be able to hit him from where you're at. He's loud and clear. Obviously, he's pretty close.
No, he was just in the mud, but I listened to your stream, I could hear him. But then I'm like delayed, so I'm like messing up by doubling and things like that.
You must have something between you because you're actually closer to him than I am.
Yeah, I don't know. I have struggled hearing him. Where is he at? Corona, was it?
No, he's in Walnut near it's past Pomona near Covina.
Oh, I know where Walnut is. I went to Mount Sac. Okay. Yeah, well, tonight, anyway, he just wasn't strong because I have talked to him in the past now that I think about it, but I struggled tonight.
Conditions were weird the last, 30 minutes. You're just starting to come back up over the last 10.
Well, good. Then I'm going to turn my linear off.
You guys are kind of starting to make me feel left out with your fancy schmancy microphones.
Mine's just an old SM58 that I used back 30, 40 years ago when I was doing live, entertainment.
Sounds good, I'll tell you.
Thanks. Yeah, well, I had it, so I didn't have to. I had to fork out some of those doodads to make it work that Greg turned me on to, but I didn't have to pay for the microphone. So, hearing what Greg told me, I'm not buying his microphone for $450. This thing's probably not going to sound much, worse than his.
I'd be interested in hearing the difference between the microphone you're using and the stock. So did you do any A-B comparisons with Greg listening to you?
Greg helped me a lot. You probably remember that, Greg. We spent probably a half an hour, tweaking it and getting the right settings and this, that, and the other. So hopefully we got it about right.
So, Greg, how much improvement would you say there was?
I would say a little bit. His clarity is a lot better. It's hard just to compare microphones, plugging one in and then plugging another one in to the same input, because each of them do different things, and you can make them sound differently with different EQ settings, gain structure, stuff like that. So when you one for one and you plug it in and you don't make any changes, you're definitely going to hear a difference. As far as the way Keith is, like I said, he sounds a lot more natural. the thing with like a stock mic, sometimes, especially with you, I can hear like a little bit of like plastic noise of crinkling of holding the button. I know I'm nitpicking a little bit, but once again, I'm an audio guy. I notice those things, but that sort of stuff you won't hear with a microphone like Keith and I are using. The other thing, I'm not directly on it, which a lot of people do with, I'm not saying you do, but a lot of people do with a handheld mic. They seem to think that they sound better when they're like right on top of it. So that's kind of like the differences I heard mainly.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I always get fairly close, but I would say on average I'm probably, looking at it now, I'd probably say 4 inches from the mic.
And that sounds pretty good. I mean, obviously you're right on top of me, so it's hard to give you a real copy, but it'd really make a difference if you're a little further away when your signal's not as good. You pushing your audio through. And I probably wouldn't hear the rattling and stuff, the plastic, when you're talking, but like I do now. But that's just like, once again, that's me hearing that. A lot of people wouldn't notice that, but I can a little bit. But 4 to 6 inches from a handheld microphone is pretty good if you don't have a lot of noise in the area you're in, environment.
Basically, when I'm on here, the only noise that I get, and it can be fairly loud, is when my air conditioner kicks on.
And you all can hear my fan and my relay click in the background. I know you've mentioned it before.
Yeah, and it's usually the most noticeable when you first key up and as you key down.
Talking like I did right there, you wouldn't hear it because I'm already talking into the microphone and you don't hear the room ambience like you did right there.
No, exactly. It's almost always when there's basically dead air that you can really hear the fan on your amp.
Yeah, I wish I could put that thing somewhere else.
I think it would really make a big difference.
You could always just get a linear amplifier and 6EGG. I was thinking the wrong thing. Never mind. Scratch that.
I was actually thinking about, I don't know if you guys watched my YouTube Ham Shack tour. I was thinking about putting my radio in my rack down below by my knees, but then I can't see it for myself. And I'm going to be fumbling through the controls trying to change channels or dialing somebody in. So that would get the amplifier a little way. I'm trying to keep the amplifier as close as I can to the radio, which you're supposed to do. But I can't really do if I want to separate it, if you know what I mean.
Do you have like a muffin fan or something on your fan on your linear?
No, it's just a stock one.
The stock fan on it?
Yep.
I don't have one, and mine never gets really, really hot. The heat sinks do the trick, I guess.
Big advantage to not having one, that's for sure.
Your amplifier is your elevation.
Roger that. I'd still like to try an amp just for the fun of it and to see what happens.
I'm thinking about not using my amp anymore just for this reason. I mean, 100 watts gets me where I need to go, and you all can hear me. I know you won't hear me as strong, but that would be a nice place to put my 7300.
There you go. Now you're talking.
Cha-ching.
I could sell my amplifier to fund that.
Yeah. How much do you want for it?
I'm not going to get rid of it yet. I like it still. I've only had it 8 months.
You've only had that amp for 8 months?
Yep. Right after Christmas, I believe I got it.
Wait, I thought you always had that amp since you've been doing the YouTube thing.
I've only been doing the YouTube thing since March.
Oh, there you go. I didn't even realize that.
He had another one, an older one before this one, Rob.
And that was way pre-YouTube.
Well, I wouldn't want to buy that one anyway. That fan's too loud.
It is, and it's kind of the only drawback from it. It seems to be working pretty good. I could probably use a little bigger power supply for it. It's drawing 28 amps, and my power supply is 32. So having a little more power to it might help a little bit, but it's stable. I don't see it drift at all. Other than that, it works pretty good. I mean, I made a lot of contacts with it, and a lot of people say I sound clean. It's a very clean amplifier, RF amplifier, so I have no complaints on it at all.
For good reason. I mean, you sound great over here. It really does sound good. I agree completely that the only drawback is that fan noise.
And that was one of the things I think I saw on the, not QRZ, but EHAM. I think I saw a couple people, or somewhere I saw a couple comments on it. It's a good amplifier, but man, it's loud. I've seen kilowatt amplifiers be this loud, so I don't understand why it needs to be this loud, but it does get pretty hot.
Speaking of 2-meter amplifiers, where's Ward?
I haven't heard him for a while. Now, I ran my linear because I wanted to see how much amperage I'm putting out. I'm peaking at 20 amps, so you're putting out 28 amps. That's pretty, that seems like a lot to me.
I'm putting out of the amplifier like 209 right now.
I would say I'm putting out close to 200 myself. I don't have a watt meter on it right now, but I kind of know what it puts out based on how much I'm putting into it.
And by the way, I heard Ward on Tuesday when I was driving back from I'm calling breakfast because it was at 11 a.m. at the Fullerton Airport. It would be lunch for the rest of you guys. I talked to him at the 57 and Tonner Canyon Road for a few minutes. He said he's been pretty busy with work.
And to answer your question, Rob, it's about 350 or 400 watts.
So I double with you, Greg. So, Keith, are you saying that you could hear me over Greg?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you know, at a sideband you can hear two people at once.
Yeah, that's true. But so you could hear both of us.
Yeah, Roger. But guess what? He doesn't have one. He has two of those.
What?
Yeah, he's got one for his car. He's got the same one for his home.
Holy moly.
He's got, I think, over a kilowatt for his HF rig.
Yeah, he does. That's a really nice amp he has for HF.
Do you remember which one it is? I forget.
Oh, I would know it if you said it.
Well, he only has high-end stuff, so it's got to be like one of those really high-end ones. With the tube probably costs $500 alone.
Did you say the tubes? If I remember correctly, I don't even know if the one he has tubes.
Okay, I thought it did, but I could be wrong.
Well, I could be wrong too.
And hello, everybody watching on YouTube tonight.
Once, but I was wrong.
This is Greg, K6EGG. We got a couple new viewers out there. Appreciate you subscribing. Always love getting new subscribers and promoting ham radio here on 2-meter sideband. This is Greg, K6EGG from the city of Chino.
So, Robert, you doing much HF?
Zero. None. I would say it's been over 2 months. What
do you have for an HF antenna?
Basically the same type of antenna that Fred is running. If I remember correctly, he's running an end-fed half-wave, and that's what I'm running.
Okay, I just put up, I think I might be repeating myself, an off-center fed just last Saturday, a week ago yesterday. And I'm surprised how well it's actually working.
Yeah, no, they do work. Wire antennas can work very well, including off-center feds, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, in the States, I've gotten that all over the place, and I'm just barefoot, 100 watts on my 991 Alpha, which was like in mothballs for about 2 months, but it's getting a lot of work now.
Yeah, I mean, I've made it to New Zealand, Antarctica.
That's really impressive.
I so want to talk to Antarctica. I think they'll be so cool.
There's so many people that live there. I mean, I'm sure it'll happen eventually.
Yeah, you kind of wonder, like there's maybe like 1 or 2 antennas on the whole place.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's pretty rare.
So have you guys heard Andy out here lately? Haven't heard him in a while.
I heard him yesterday, actually. Yesterday afternoon. He was in Tennessee for vacation, a little R&R.
I thought I remembered him talking about going to Tennessee. So I'll have to catch up with him because we've actually done a little bit of research and looking into Tennessee as a possible retirement spot.
Yeah, I think he's actually thinking about moving out there in the next, not that long away.
Wow. Well, it's one of the hot spots right now. Tons of people are moving to Tennessee. Big reason for that is no state income tax.
Yeah, one of the guys from work bought some land and put a house on it right before all the wood prices went up. So he was able to get in right before that, and I think his house already appreciated before it's finished and it's moved into.
I have 2 friends, musician friends, that both moved to Tennessee. One's on the east side, and another one's right on the lake. I forget what part of Tennessee, though.
Musicians moving to Tennessee? I never heard of such a thing.
They're actually, one of them both of them are retired. One was a school teacher I work with. He retired this past year, and he and his wife moved out there. Got a little acreage, I forget what it is, maybe 5 acres. And then the other person he plays the trumpet. He's really good, but his profession was actually he's a retired fireman.
You know, I've got some great music in Tennessee, obviously. 2 things that would keep me, maybe 3 things that would keep me away from Tennessee, starting with the bugs, and then followed by the heat and humidity, and tornadoes.
Yeah, it does have those 3 things, that's for sure. I spent a little time in Tennessee because I was in sales for Porticable Power Tools, and their headquarters was in Jackson, Tennessee. So we'd have to go back to Jackson, Tennessee, or sometimes they'd have sales meetings like Nashville, Knoxville, Memphis, blah, blah, blah. Jackson, Tennessee, it was like 90 miles from the closest airport. And so they, sometimes have sales meetings at places where you have an airport closer to the meeting and so forth.
today was a bit more humid than what I'm used to, and it was a good reminder just how much I hate humidity.
Ditto.
And this isn't real humidity either.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Having myself work in the South many a times, this is a beautiful day in humid land, and we don't have like you said, the bugs. The bugs there, you like swallow them and they get in your eye, they get in your nose. You walk in, you got bug bites all over you. There's all kinds of weird noises coming out of the trees.
I've said many times to my wife, I said, you cannot underestimate the bugs in the South. Places like Tennessee, Arkansas, Georgia, Florida, it cannot be underestimated. I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was by a realtor in Tennessee. This is somebody that's trying to sell you on moving there, but she did a pros and cons of living in Tennessee. Her number one con was the bugs. Number two was the humidity.
That's funny. Yeah, most of those states on their porches are all screened in.
It's funny you say that, Keith, because she tried to turn the bugs into a positive, and her way of doing that was, well, if it wasn't for the bugs, we wouldn't have all these gorgeous screened-in porches. What? You can still have nice porches. You don't need screens on them.
Well, if you have those kind of bugs, yeah, you do.
Well, no, I mean, I know you do need them, but she tried to make it into a positive, like you wouldn't have those nice porches if you didn't have bugs.
I get what you're saying. That's funny.
I think the humidity I can deal with a little bit better. I mean, it's not all year round. But the bugs just, ugh.
Well, I agree, and one of the things that we look for is a place that has a nice yard that we could enjoy. Well, kind of hard to enjoy a yard if you're going to be bitten alive.
Hey, sorry, I doubled with you right there, Rob.
I assume I won. I'll have to check on YouTube.
Of course you did. I was just saying that one thing good about Tennessee, that, as I recall, it's been many years since I've been out there, but it's very green, it's very green and lush. It seems like they got quite a few lakes too. That's two good things I remember about it.
Yes, it's gorgeous and super green, and you can guess why it's that green. It's the 6th wettest state in the nation, so only 5 states get more rain than Tennessee. So unless you love rain, that can definitely be considered another negative.
I did not know that. I didn't know it was like a really rainy state. Huh, interesting.
And there's more. You get ice storms in the winter.
That video I was telling you about, the lady said one of the other negatives, and this was separate from the humidity, was their crazy weather.
I think you talked yourself out of going to Tennessee.
My daughter, when she found out I was researching Tennessee, she told my wife, she said, I don't know why Dad's wasting time researching Tennessee. There's no way he would ever live there.
They do have Southern hospitality.
They do, and I would enjoy that part for sure.
And the gun laws are pretty cool too.
One of the most popular, what do you call it? One of the most popular, I can't think of it. Well, basically gun channels on YouTube. The guy is based out of Tennessee. he's out there in the sticks and basically just shooting in his backyard.
I think I know who you're talking about. He's pretty popular too, right?
Extremely popular.
Yeah, I forget his name, but I know he's definitely an older guy. He's probably in his 60s.
Yep, he's been around quite a while.
He's a hot shot, man.
In fact, you just reminded me of the name, Hickok.
Hickok, that's right. And a number right after that, Hickok something number.
Yep, that's him. Funny that you knew it.
I've watched this stuff. It's been a while, but yeah, I watched this stuff.
So, Greg, my air conditioner just kicked on. So can you hear that in the background at all when I'm not talking?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I figured you could.
Hey, Greg, what makes you feel any better? I don't hear your amplifier fan.
Yeah, you might be far enough away so you're not hearing all my background noise. I mean, Rob and I, are right on top of each other, plus 20 over to each other, so we're hearing probably everything in the room. And yeah, I can hear your echo in your what's it called, in your office or wherever you're at.
Rob's echo or my echo?
Rob.
Yeah, I need to remember. I'm pretty sure that I can address that to some degree if I point my head in a different direction like I am now.
No, I still hear it.
Al kept telling me he was hearing a ton of echo in my room. It's like, man, I got tons of studio padding in these walls. But he is just so close.
Yeah, I normally don't, I know the way he sounds, Rob, the way you sound is only because you're so close. No, 90% of the people you talk to other than Andy wouldn't hear that echo, so that's why I don't say anything about it.
What about now? Does this sound any different? I'm just trying to get more in the middle of my room.
I still hear it.
All right, then I know not to bother to try to improve on it.
It's not a problem. I still hear you. I know that you're close, so that's the only difference.
I don't hear it. It's just a beautiful reverb.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It was good catching up. Another week ahead of us. Jeez. It's going to be 98 here in Riverside tomorrow. Anyway, guys, 7-3, have a great evening. November 6th, Kilowatt X-ray.
Take care, Rob. K6EGG. Nice talking to you again.
Rob, 7-3, it's great talking to you. Talk to you soon. WA6QJ.
Keith, you fell off a cliff there as far as your signal. I almost can't copy you. Denny sounds better than you. I almost can't understand you.
I had my mic on at 40% because I had my limiter on and I turned it off. I forgot to reset my microphone. Is that better?
It's a little bit better, but the conditions definitely got worse. Anyways, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna go to D-Star real quick and then call tonight. I just want to see if anybody's on there real quick. I'm assuming you probably got to wake up early yourself tomorrow as well as I do. Your first day back at school. I don't think you have kids though, right?
I don't have kids for the first week. They start the following week.
Excellent. So, all right, man. I'm gonna call tonight here. This is Greg, K6EGG. I'm gonna QSY up to D-Star right quick and then shut her down for the evening and hopefully be back a couple times this week.
So before you go, you got a pretty busy week ahead of you, so you probably won't be on that much, right?
Actually, I might be because I should be up by 7:30 every night.
Okay. All right, very good. Hey, great talking to you, 73. We'll have a good week and we'll talk to you soon.
Copy that. K6EGG is clear on 144-270. Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf, monitoring in the city of Chino. Anybody on frequency by chance?
Hey, Greg, K6EGG here. I'll respond. What's going on?
I was hoping somebody would be out there. I wanted to test to see if my message was coming across. Just about ready to call it a night. Decided to come up here right quick and see if anybody was on frequency here.
Yeah, your message is coming across. So I see it all. It says Corona after your message.
Corona? That's weird. Should say Greg in Chino, California, or Chino, CA.
Oh, sorry about that. My bad. That is exactly what it says. So, anyway, yeah, and you were right. I checked to see if the killer repeater was connected to the reflector, and you're right, it's not. So, good catch.
Yep, it appears Dennis is on top of it, and I'm sure he'll probably get it going. He said he wanted to make a trip up the hill anyway, so I think he might be going up there next week. He even invited me. Unfortunately, I cannot go.
Yeah, he's real good about recruiting help or accepting help if people want to go along too. So that's real cool of him. Well, I wonder what's wrong. So hopefully he gets it fixed. But anyway, it's been a fun day of radio, huh?
It has been a very fun and long day of radio. I think this is probably the most I've talked on radio, let alone repeaters. But yeah, it's kind of a fun new thing to play with here with this D-Star stuff. And quick question. So when I'm talking into this repeater and I'm hooked to the reflector, and am I going across all the other D-Star repeaters that this thing's linked to?
Yep, you're going across all the D-Star repeaters of the PAPA system. Well, just basically, the best way to think of it is any repeater that's connected to reflector 12 alpha, you're going across. And there's so that would be all 10 PAPA D-Star repeaters all over Southern California, and usually there's a couple of D-Star repeaters connected up in Vancouver too, but they're not part of the PAPA system, but for some reason they just connect them. And you can tell which ones are connected by going to the Reflector 12 D+ dashboard.
Which I'm actually on right now. That's funny you say that. I have it up on the screen on YouTube as well. So it looks like there's, I don't know, 10 or so repeaters hooked up and a bunch of, looks like hotspots hooked up, probably about 30 or so hotspots.
Exactly. And then scroll back up. I want to point something out real quick because it has to do with what I was talking about this morning. Notice at the top there, this is the dashboard for Reflector 12, and notice you see the different modules. So A, B, A through E. So those are the modules that automatically come with D+. And you can see that they have all the repeaters. So if you count those repeaters there, that's going to be the 10... 5010 Papa D-Star repeaters, and notice they have them all connected to A. So if there was some of them that were connected to the B module or something, it was 8 of them. Okay, so that means that 2 are not hooked up right now. So I'd have to look over the list and see which ones are not connected, and I wonder why they're not connected. Maybe, there you go. Okay, yeah, so they're Eat a Meal. Yeah, I knew that Eat a Meal was having trouble, and we were talking about that earlier. In fact, I was talking with them earlier about that. And Palomar, yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I was driving down in San Diego yesterday, Friday and yesterday, and the Palomar repeater, which is the only one that's on 2 meters, I was not able to hit, so that makes sense that the link is off there. But you know what? It's kind of odd. They've kind of been having ongoing issues with Palomar for some time now, so it doesn't surprise me that that one's off. But when everything's working perfect, it's 10 of them.
So it's weird. I don't see myself as a recent connection on here or last heard at all. And I've been on here a couple times today, and those people were on after me. So I wonder why that is. I know I'm registered in.
So I don't know why they do that, but so the last herds on the D plus reflector dashboard are only the last herds that are connected via hotspots. And so, like right now, you can see me listed there, but it's at 26 minutes after, and obviously I've been talking since 26 minutes after, and that's because I switched over to the repeater. So even though I've been talking to you now through the repeater, it's not showing up. Now, if you were to go to the repeater dashboard, you would see both of us last heard there.
Where would I go to the repeater dashboard at?
Oh, I forget. I usually just, so it's going to be, I forget what goes, so if you look at the URL at the top there in your address bar of your browser, it sends a dstargateway.org there. I forget what would go in front of dstargateway.org, but I usually just do my favorite search engine, which is not Google, by the way. And I usually do my favorite search engine, and I just search for the repeater I'm looking for one way or another. It usually comes up. Another way you could do is you could go to, I can't remember if it's, I think it's dstarusers.org, and it has the list of all the D-Star repeaters, and there's links to many of the repeater dashboards there too. So that's another way to easily get to them. Although not all reflector dashboards and not all repeater dashboards have public access enabled.
By the way, man, we're covering some serious coverage over Southern California with these repeaters on digital right now. I mean, that's basically all of Southern California, even reaching into the desert.
Yeah, you can basically think of us having coverage all the way from the Mexican border up to, basically Barstow on the northeastern side, out to Coachella in the eastern side, and then up to north of Lancaster, and then on up to Santa Barbara, from the San Ynez repeater there. So yeah, all of Southern California is covered.
It looks like even, I should have waited to key, sorry about that. San Luis Obispo even is a little bit of us covered. It says Santa Maria and everything to the Santa Barbara one. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, big coverage area, and like you, maybe that's one of the reasons. I don't know why you're not a huge fan of the analog repeaters like me either. Especially for me, I think it's because when the link systems get too big, it just kind of makes no sense to me. But the amount of usage that's on here seems to be just right, I think. And it kind of makes sense on D-Star more to me than it does on the linked analog systems. I don't know. When they link too many together, like, for example, over the Win system, where everything's just linked all over, I kind of think it loses its point. And this is a personal opinion. I know there's a lot of people that love that stuff, but for me, I like to be able to direct my signal more. Maybe that's it. And with D-Star, you can direct your signal versus on a linked analog system. You know, you're just coming out on a bunch of repeaters, and the only reason you're doing that is because there's not enough people who can think of anything to talk about. And so then I'd just rather find a place where there's a more local repeater where people can actually think of something to talk about, at least other than the weather.
Yeah, I was actually talking to somebody else about that very same thing, and I shared the opinion with that. And having, what is it, the Win system with, I don't know, what is it, 75, 80 repeaters tied up, and then somebody sitting there with an egg timer making sure you didn't go past 15 minutes. I don't know, it's kind of defeats the purpose. That's, you know, and a lot of times these people are talking to the same repeater from the same town, so I understand, and I've always been more of an antenna to an antenna guy. This is the most I have talked on a repeater today, actually, my entire ham radio career. So I know what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. There was this one time, this new ham, young chick, had just gotten her license, and she somehow found her way onto the Win system. And it was funny. All these OMs were just lined up. There was a pile up just to talk to her. So they're all trying to keep her busy, and all welcoming her and hoping that she's going to stay involved with ham radio, which, you know, I don't blame them. Ham radio needs more females for sure. But so they're talking along, and each one of them's, you know, getting like 5-7 minutes, and then passes the next person. So she's on there 15 minutes, and just like you said, some OM is got his timer going, and then oops, you know, you need to get off, young lady, because you're over your 15-minute limit. And I'm just thinking, holy cow, she wasn't even trying to be on here. You know, she's had multiple QSOs. I mean, doesn't that count for something? But and if you really want females to be a part of this, dude, what are you thinking? But whatever. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that stuff at all.
Yeah, I guess it is what it is. And all right, man. All right, Bill. I'm gonna call it a night here. Been a long day of talking on the radio and having this camera in my face on YouTube. So I'm gonna call it a night. I'll probably be on. I'm hoping a couple days this week, depending on what time I get off of work. And I'm gonna look into getting maybe a 5100 as well, Icom to put in the car, so I can maybe use a little D-Star. I'm going to monitor this a little bit and see how much activity on D-Star. So far, I mean, you guys are the only people I've heard talking on this, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I put in for the membership. It looks like I got approved for you know, the free whatever 6 weeks I think it is now. I think they were doing 30 days, but I think it said 6 weeks. So I'll give that a try and see how things go from there. And if you know, I like it, I'll stick with it, and definitely pay my dues into the system here, because it sounds like it's a nice little well maintained ham radio network they have for D-Star. So anyways, thanks again for the help today. I'm going to call tonight. This is Greg, K6EGG, and I'll be clear on your final.
All right, sounds like a good idea there, Greg. So, anyway, this is a good reason. So anyway, yeah, well, I'll be around and we'll talk later. And then the 5100 is a good choice. I have a 5100 as well, and I like to use that in the vehicle, play a little D-Star, play a little simplex there and whatever. And it's handy to bring into the house sometimes too. Sometimes I just bring it in the house. Makes me realize I need another radio. But I think maybe if I get another radio again, it's probably going to be another 7100. Anyway, all right. Good night. Have a good one. Thanks for doing the YouTube feed. 73.
All right, everybody watching on YouTube, that was Bill out in on D-Star. Been kind of messing around with D-Star the last couple days. I've been wanting to mess with it. Had a couple good teachers the last couple days. I really appreciate their help. I so far understand a lot more, and I did not realize until this afternoon, the last couple of days I've been talking on YouTube, that this was a link system throughout Southern California, covering a wide area of real estate here in the southern part of one of the largest states in the country. So pretty cool stuff. Looked like somebody just popped on there. Maybe not. Maybe not. So once again, fun stuff. Oop.
ID every so often. So that was the automatic ID.
All right, that was the automatic ID. So with that being said, I'm gonna hopefully play a little bit more with it. If I like that system, it would be a good system to use through. I'm on the road a lot, probably if I'm working about 2 hours a day, sometimes a little more depending on traffic. So that would be nice and keep me occupied and chatting with people. I know I normally talk on 146.520 when I'm on the freeway, but for those of you that use the national call frequency, you're going 80 miles an hour, you're in and out of towns. You basically have enough time to get each other's call signs and first personals and maybe a signal report. By that time, they faded away. So that's if they're on a base, especially if somebody's, on the same highway, whatever. You pass them up, and then, you get 120 mile an hour closure between the two. So it's kind of hard to have a long conversation, maybe all the way home. Although on 5.2, I've talked all the way home from Anaheim with Keith and Fred. Albeit a little difficult at times going through the train I have to go through to get to my house in between my work, which is basically going through Tonner Pass and the Chino Hills area, which is not that big of a deal, but getting out a little mobile antenna is sometimes difficult. So that will be a little easier to chat with people. But then again, I get back to the old antenna to antenna theory that I have that I'm kind of sticking with, but it doesn't mean I have to stick with it forever. But this will definitely be a little fun adventure for me. I'm glad to be able to share it with everybody here on YouTube as well. So I appreciate you guys watching, and anybody you want to friends with anybody, let them know about the channel and have them subscribe if they're interested in amateur radio. Bringing that into your computer and mobile device wherever you're at. So we get a couple guys in from Europe, and there's a couple guys in South America have been watching, normal watchers. I didn't see them on today, but I saw them over the past week when I was on, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday. So anyways, have a good evening. I'm starting to lose my voice here too. So I don't want to completely lose it, and people are going to be thinking I'm sick. It's just the dry air from my fan above me here. So anyways, you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you hopefully later this week. This is Greg, K6EGG.